It's the Bob and Tom Show. All around the country and coast to coast. People always say, what do you like most? I don't want to brag. I don't want to boast. I always tell them I like toast.
Very nice.
Yeah, toast! Yeah, toast! I get up in the morning about 6 a.m. Have a little jelly, have a little jam. Take a piece of bread, put it in the slot. Push down the lever and the wires get hot. I get toast. Yeah, toast! Yeah, toast! Now, there's no secret to toasting perfection. There's a dial on the side, and you make your selection. Push to the dark or the light, and then, if a pop's too soon, press down again. Make toast. Yeah, toast! When the first caveman drove in from the dregs, didn't know what would go with the bacon and the eggs. Must have been a genius, got it in his head. Plug the toaster in the wall, buy a bag of bread, make toast. Yeah, toast! Oui, monsieur, bonjour, coquette. Oh, croissantez-vous avez? Maurice Chevalier, Eiffel Tower. Oh, oui, Marie, baguette, bonsoir. French toast! French toast! In Chicago, we're on the Bob and Tom Show. Yeah, toast! Toast.
Other than that, good weekend. Good weekend.
Toast. Toast.
Good. Ghost.
Toast.
Oh, hello, friends. We're here. As close to live as we can get.
Oh, we're here. That's what it's doing.
Well, we're going a little.
18 May 2020. Yeah.
We're a little slugged, Nutty.
Josh, your hair's looking good.
Oh, man.
How's that time machine in your basement?
I like it, man.
It's almost complete.
I like it very much. This is the live Bob and Tom Show. Hello. Hi, Tom.
That was a request, by the way. Thank you, Zachary. He's farming in California. Essential worker. Thank you very much, sir. Yeah, toast. Got it in for you. Appreciate it very much.
Hey, Christy, what up?
Hey, Chick.
Hey, Josh.
Hey, Chicky.
Ace. G. Guest today, Reno Collier. We call him Boner. Allie Breen from a friend's apartment.
Oh.
And Jess Hooker from her home studio.
And I think a surprise guest appearance by Willie.
I love that kid.
My son, Willie.
Where's the PG kid?
I'm here.
Oh, hi, Pat.
Pat Godwin is
Can't see you.
Wait a minute, hold it.
in the building. I hear him, but I can't see him.
I like this. No
Yeah.
video. This is nice.
He's in
all
the
right.
Around the Corner Fudge is Made studio. Right now. Christy, of course, locked up next door behind the glass. As you know, she's in the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom. She has her own room now. Josh, it's unbelievable. He's got his hair growing way out after his big birthday weekend. It's the orangeinsoles.com sidekick chair.
So that birthday came and you got another year older, huh?
I sure did, yeah.
Get that cake polished off, did you?
We did, yeah.
Good.
That was the most delicious white cake I've ever had in my life.
Not your wife.
Rave
Bar
reviews
none.
all around.
Bar none.
Oh, good. Now, did you put candles on it and not blow them out? What's the new protocol?
We didn't do any of that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
The 3-year-old really wanted to, but we kind of
Yeah, that's the new thing. You're not supposed to blow the candles out.
Yeah.
Wow, it's depressing.
Now, Tom, when you have two small ones, 5 and 7, what are they? 4 and 8?
Currently 4 and 7. Yeah.
4 and 7. Now, when either one of those have a birthday, do you got to get the other one a cake so they both blow out candles, that sort of thing?
No, they usually just
It
one.
sounds like we're close to that, though. Sounds close.
Sounds like it would make it easier.
You know, what's happening now is the concept originally was the half birthday.
Right.
Now they have the quarter birthday.
No way.
Oh, yes.
The quarter turn, huh?
And it doesn't matter whose birthday it might be. For example,
So
it's your friend Josh's birthday. We need a cake. I think this is brilliant on their part. Who am I to object? Wait a minute. You mean we're going to get cake? Of course we're going to get cake.
So Amy made you guys a cake too to celebrate Josh's
Excellent.
birthday.
There may have been a small cake over the weekend. I'm not saying yes or
Can
no.
we get cakes made because it's our dog's birthday?
Sure.
Or,
And I got a nice letter here. Let me see if I can dig it up. Someone mentioned that perhaps Josh would like a meatloaf cake. I guess this is a thing.
It
Meatloaf
is.
cake?
Yeah, instead of a cake. Let me see if I can find this. I was just going through some mail. Yeah, I remember the essence of the letter was you make a meatloaf and then you make the frosting out of mashed potatoes.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
I saw a
Sounds like a
meatloaf.
great idea.
I saw a meatloaf recipe online that you use instead of breadcrumbs. You use sour cream and cheddar cheese Ruffles potato chips.
Oh, that sounds pretty
And
good.
I guess it's
Can't object.
amazing.
And then
Of
the other
course, it
thing,
has too much flavor.
if
for
today's
Christy.
topic is going to be meatloaf, apparently this is a thing I've never seen, but it sounds like a great idea. You make little mini meatloafs like in a muffin tin.
Yeah, those little muffin
Yeah, I've
tins.
seen that too. I've never had it, but
Another great idea.
yeah.
Hey, Josh, don't let your meatloaf.
Don't let your beef stew.
Okay, now Ace, is the YouTube up and flowing?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because I just got a letter from Chris Gregory in the UK in
What?
Your
It's,
computer's on, Ace.
it's
He's looking around like there are birds flying around his head.
it could be mine. It says, "Hey, good morning, Bob and Tom show in America from Sheffield."
Oh.
Hey, it's-
Everyone shut up.
Now, I don't know how you pronounce this, Chris. He says it's near. I'm hoping it's Penistone, UK,
Yes.
Ah, yes.
but
yeah.
it's spelled
good
like penis stone.
Yes.
Chris, you're going to have to write back. I need to know more about this.
Yeah.
There's a lot of funny names for places I have not heard of. Let's just go with Penistone for now, but it's spelled Penistone.
How about that?
Penistone?
We're going to Penis Town.
But that,
Yeah, yeah. We're going to
penis
party
down.
It's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
as famous as Stonehenge. But I'm guessing more
Have
rigid.
fun. Gonna fool around.
more rigid
there
and pointy.
in Penis Town.
So, Josh, good birthday.
Yes. Yeah, I had some barbecue, relaxed. Watched a cool movie that I know Chick really liked, Yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
yes, I liked yesterday.
That's a
very
fun
much.
movie. Good
It's
movie.
fun.
The one where the Beatles
Yeah.
don't exist.
Yep.
Yeah, I couldn't get through it.
Oh,
Of
okay.
course
Yeah.
not.
I
What, too
couldn't
much
get-
fun?
Yeah, I
just couldn't.
Too feel good. Too of a
I'll
feel good movie.
I'll have to try again. I got 20
I saw a little
minutes.
movie called Arkansas, directed by Clark Duke.
Oh, from Hot Tub Time Machine?
He's from Hot Tub, and he was on The Office as Mini Dwight, I guess is the easiest way to describe him. And Liam Hemsworth is in it, not Thor, the other one.
Yeah.
Is that the right one?
Mr. X, Miley Cyrus?
Yes, and Vince Vaughn is in it, and very good movie.
Oh.
Cool.
Very good.
Nice.
Let's see now. We have a lot of sports to catch
Get
up
it
to
on
coming
iTunes.
up and other things. And there's Mr. Godwin now. We have the video from the
We can't see him. He's wearing camo.
around the corner Fudge has made.
He's got to get to the deer
Studio.
stand. He's got to get a quick couple of songs in.
raining
And get to the deer stand.
Well,
Will you
wear a hat
calm
every
down?
day.
It's just a hat. God.
That's Chick McGee at the crazycockwine.com sports desk. And we actually have some sporting news.
We sure do. And I thought they pulled it off pretty well from what I saw.
Oh, the NASCAR?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Good to have some stuff going on.
No kidding.
We had some little golf,
Congrats.
little car racing, little wrestling, little bond being posted. We got trouble with South Korea in soccer and all sorts of things coming up.
Okay.
wow.
There you go.
Alrighty. And we have tear gas in the news in a very odd way. You will find very, very surprising.
Cures COVID, does it? Wouldn't that be something? If we all had to get tear gas?
God, Josh.
That would be
next.
really
That's
something.
next.
That'll help, yeah.
That'd be really something.
They can't figure out why no one at home about it. Oh, wait a minute. I know.
You know,
they were all gassed.
I was listening to the highlights the first hour driving in, and Josh was musing that
Yes.
if you smoked, it helped. It made it harder to catch the virus.
You understand
and
that's
and
not
I'm saying, oh, really? We're obviously kidding. But Tom is
idiots.
like, will you stop that? You're not helping. I couldn't. You were really concerned that people were going to go, well, Josh said
Well,
if
there's-
you smoking.
You don't get the mail, I guess.
Oh, you don't get the mail you get. You don't get any of the mail you're supposed to get. Don't kid me.
I get those.
You do not.
Okay, so how much do you have to smoke? A menthol? Or
Carton an hour.
To cure the fire.
Not to cure it. Oh my gosh.
How much is a carton of smokes now?
I have no idea.
It's got to be
No
$80.
idea.
Depends where you live.
$80
Yeah, like New York State is
Some
probably.
states, some states they give them to kids.
$10 a pack.
Coming up, you can communicate with us via many ways, including email. Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. I've got a stack of great letters here I've been going through for the last several minutes, and we'll be hearing some really cool requests. And we do have some hellos, just simple hellos.
Hello.
To Chick McGee.
Hello.
Chick has been mocking my interest in some local eagles, the beautiful birds.
I think the mock chorus is growing, by the way.
That's fine. I wouldn't expect you to be any kind of a patriot, and
You gotta be careful
and
how you're
cherish
talking
this
there,
world
pal.
that gives you the freedom to be an idiot. But the eagle, of course, a symbol of that. The essence of the letter is it's someone from your old stomping grounds, London, Ohio, and.
So it's from the penitentiary there? Or?
No, I can't read the guy's name.
Is it from the penitentiary?
No. He's just a big fan. There's a certain area there where you will find lots of eagles.
Lots of eagles?
In your home
Well,
area.
let me. What
And
area?
as the
Eagle King, Eagle King,
Eagle King here,
Eagle
we have posted some nice pictures of
King, Eagle, Eagle
I'll see your Eagle King and raise you.
King, Pussy King, Pussy King.
Can we get a song for
Hey!
all right.
we need like sort of an anagram song for Christy of Eagle King. Keegling, keegling, keegling.
There you go.
Go work on it.
I was giggling on the way in. Thank you.
What's the name of the area that has all the eagles? That's not going to give anybody away.
London, apparently.
What is
Yes,
it, London?
London,
or like-
Ohio.
Like
London,
Plain-
Ohio.
Lake Choctaw.
Oh, Lake Choctaw, sure. Nice houses, Lake
Tell
Choctaw.
Chick.
Yeah.
A lot of eagles there.
Right out to Lake
evidently.
Choctaw and see the eagles. God bless America. Thank you, Dave Fender, for the nice letter.
Oh, of the guitars, huh?
Formerly of Billy and the Bumpers. That's right.
Okay, now, other than that,
You play guitar.
you want to just give us a short teaser in sports?
We've got a winner in NASCAR. We've got a winner in golf. We've got winners in the NFL as far as getting out of jail. And let's see. What
Oh,
else
happy
do we have?
birthday, Gardner Minshew.
Is it his birthday
my
today?
goodness.
Yes,
His
and the big
name.
news is Gardner Minshew turned 24 on Saturday. Yes,
Oh, we have the same
indeed.
birthday, huh?
Yeah, oh yeah.
How about
Nice.
that? Tom will never forget my birthday now.
Great people. Son
You'll
of
get a
gun.
song every year, whether you like it or not.
Yeah,
I don't know if we can do the Gardner Minshew tribute without our.
we can't.
We don't really have the setup that we need right now for that. I do want to remind you that you may be currently, what's the word I'm looking for, in quarantine. With someone that you'd certainly like to do something with, but perhaps it's become a little more difficult. That's where Roman comes in, as in GetRoman.com/Wood. If you're dealing with erectile dysfunction, now you can deal with it online and actually hook up with a American physician and perhaps find that you are a candidate for some of these miracle drugs. You know what I'm talking about, Viagra, et cetera, et cetera. Grab your phone or your computer, get a free online visit by going to GetRoman.com/Wood. You'll hear back from a U.S. licensed physician within 24 hours. And if that doctor decides that treatment is right for you, your medication can be shipped right to your door with 2-day shipping. And how much is the 2-day shipping?
It's free.
It's free. Thank you very much. It's free 2-day shipping. You also get free unlimited follow-ups with your doctor anytime you've got questions or want to adjust your treatment plan. Check it out. You got nothing to lose with Roman, R-O-M-A-N. What you do is you go to GetRoman.com/Wood for the free online visit and free 2-day shipping. Once again, that's GetRoman.com. Free online visit, free 2-day shipping. Get part of your life back.
And coming up in sports, I'm going to try to explain, Josh, Christy, I think you guys can help
Yes.
me out. The Karen legend that's happening on the internet right now with women named Karen and people complaining. And we'll explain it all to you. It happened on The Last Dance last night, the last 2 episodes of Michael Jordan's documentary. And
All
there's a
right.
Pacers lady who's everyone's calling Karen now because she was really mad at the Bulls last night. and it's pretty funny. And I see the look on Tom's face right now. It's just a generic name that they give for a middle-aged woman who's complaining about things.
Right.
It's like Lighten Up Boomer. It's Lighten Up Karen.
Is there a connection to Karen in the movies?
There's no Karen actress. They just picked Karen, the name. It sounds like it would be a pushy lady wanting to see someone's manager.
Okay.
That's
we'll get to that in a second.
Of Karen
this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, guy, it's Kid Tarmac. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Take that to the bank. 24/7.
Hey, Mark Allison here with you on a Monday. It is May 18th, 2020. Thanks so much for joining us here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Got a great show for you lined up today. Glad you could join us. Hope you had a great weekend, and we'll keep you entertained and laughing as we're again live here in studio, socially distancing, keeping separated, keep it separated, on a Monday, May 18th, 2020. Thanks so much for joining us. More of the show coming up.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union Entertainment News Desk. Keith Urban played a secret concert Thursday night at a drive-in outside Nashville where about 200 medical workers from Vanderbilt Health. He played on a flatbed truck in front of about 125 cars with the help of 2 band members, one of whom played recorded tracks in absence of a full band. Urban joked it was kind of like glorified karaoke. Urban asked the healthcare workers to send him selfies, which he put on the movie screen behind him. Fred Willard, the comedic actor, died over the weekend at the age of 86. His work kept audiences entertained for more than 50 years on TV and in the movies, starring in films like This is Spinal Tap, Best in Show, and Anchorman. And Phyllis George is being remembered as a former beauty queen who became a pioneer as a female sportscaster and the First Lady of Kentucky. A representative for the family says George died this past Thursday in Lexington. She was 70. She apparently had suffered for a long time with a blood disorder. And that's your entertainment news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
They say I can't give my grandpa a hug, and quite frankly, I don't want to. Hugging grandpa would need a court order and an exhumation. I've been 6 feet away from my grandparents for a while now. I don't need your insistence. Trust me. I've been keeping my distance.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, this is Bob. And this is Tom. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
When Ethel was just 19 and her parents were in her face, got herself a tattoo in a very private place. And only by her own true love was it to be seen, or her family physician, or a drunk crowd that offered beads. It was a tiny tattoo with a little tiny dove, with a tiny word, and that word it was love. Well, 30 years have passed now, 30 years that have been rough. 4 marriages, 3 children's, 40 diets, and lots of sun. And that teeny tiny tattoo with the teeny tiny dove is now a pterodactyl, and the word it is
Oh, yeah. Bob and Tom 24/7.
So, Mark, you're a single guy.
Yeah, I tell you, though, it's tough because I got these neighbors behind me.
Really?
My neighbor, Gail, very...
Gail?
Gail is a woman who just moved. Her bedroom wall is right behind mine, and she has a new boyfriend. Mm-hmm. And I found this out. His name is
Are the stars out tonight? I don't care if it's cloudy or bright. Because I'm blind.
Dave Cooperman is here with us.
How are you?
I'm great.
Dave, a young guy, young
alive.
comedian, good-looking guy, married man, I understand.
I am.
How's
I
that
am.
going?
Right now, we're working on having kids and stuff. And,
Cool.
But we're having some trouble, and she's blaming me because she's not getting pregnant. And I'm like, honey, you realize we actually have to have sex, okay? Screwing with my head will not make you pregnant. How many times I got to beat the point home? So we're thinking about, we're talking about kids. Even naming the kid is a challenge if we have one. I want my kid to know he's both Jewish and Chinese. The best I've come up with so far is cha-ching. Maybe lump sum.
Jeff Runkman. Right, let's try this again. 6:20 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, hi, how's
Very
it going?
nice.
Christy Lee's in the next room, and she's got the weather forecast.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. Cloudy with rain today and a high of 70. Rain overnight, low 57, and rain again tomorrow, 65. Currently 57 degrees.
Okay, it seems to be a theme.
Yeah, for next Wednesday it'll be dry.
Next Wednesday?
No, this Wednesday.
Oh, okay,
Fingers
okay.
crossed.
That does us a Tinker's Dam today. I'm bringing it back.
Right.
I'm bringing back Tinker's Dam. Bringing it back.
I don't even know what that
I don't
means.
either.
I always
I
like
don't
Tinker's cuss.
Oh, is that a thing?
I don't give a Tinker's cuss. Yeah.
Don't know what that means either.
Oh, you never heard that?
No, I don't even know what a tinker is.
Tinker, you're messing with something, right?
Tinker and Taylor?
Yeah,
Soldier Spy?
Yeah, well, what's the tinker? What does
John-
he do? They
John
tinker with
Le
stuff? I have no idea. I have to read up on it. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Thanks very much for joining us. Let's see now. Got a love letter here for the Ace Cosby joke of the day. Good thing Ace is here. I can see him right over there. Ace Cosby, of course, is our engineer and the joke man. Of course,
The joke man.
Yes, that's what we'll call him from now on.
Man.
Who?
Chick McGee's across the way. The CrazyCockWine.com sports desk. Mr. Godwin is in a different building, but just around the corner where the fudge is made. Thank you, Pat.
Hi.
It's good to see you, sir.
It's raining really hard today, so he got out the hunter's cap.
Check local listing. Let's see. Josh Arnold is over there in the OrangeInsoles.com sidekick chair. And Christy Lee, of course, is
Hi.
in the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom. And we are, of course, the home of the track phone hotline, which I expect to be ringing at some point soon. Got some clarification here, Josh.
Okay.
Again, happy birthday.
Oh, thanks.
I got this from Daniel.
He's my brother.
He's
you know.
traveling tonight on a plane.
He writes.
Anybody? Nope.
On my birthday, my wife, excuse me, my wife makes me a meatloaf cake.
Love it.
With mashed potato frosting and vegetable sprinkles.
All right. I like it.
Yes, that does sound really good.
You know, a side of chocolate ice cream and some. Is it plain I'll always have a weight problem? A side of chocolate ice cream and a hunk of meatloaf sounds pretty good. What do you think?
It does.
Does that
Not
sound
bad.
pretty good? That sounds pretty good.
A meatloaf cake.
Yeah.
God, that does sound great. Well, thank you, Daniel. We appreciate it. If you want to send us your message about whatever, we are here, Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. We'd love to hear from you. Coming up in a matter of moments, a special request for something from Pat Daly that is appropriate to these weird times. But right now we see some stuff opening up, including NASCAR. Is that correct?
Yes, but first, last night, the final two installments of The Last Dance, ESPN's documentary on Michael Jordan. And these last two episodes, one of them covered extensively the Bulls-Pacers battle in 1998 between Reggie Miller and Michael Jordan. And it focused accidentally, as these things happen, on the internet with a unbelievably enthusiastic Pacers fan that everyone on the internet is named Karen. And as Jess Hooker tweeted last night, she looks like your friend's mom, the one that lived in the rich neighborhood, drove the Volvo wagon, wore a visor and a button with her kid's baseball picture on it. Smells like Clinique Happy. That's a perfume, I
Right.
guess. And a fresh Virginia Slim. Hashtag, we need to find this woman. And she's actually a Pacers fan, this lady. So I would imagine the entire country right now. Some fact finder on ESPN is looking for this lady if she still lives in Indianapolis. And she always had a stacked pantry, all the stuff, all the food that your parents would not buy. But they had a video of her yelling at the referees, I think, because
Wow, she looks
Jordan got a call and Reggie didn't, and this, that, and the other.
She almost looks like a Maria Bamford character.
But I wonder if the name Karen that has taken the internet by storm for a pushy woman, if that name comes from
the movie
Goodfellas.
Goodfellas. Remember that? You guys are always recreating that.
Sure,
scene.
yeah.
Right,
Go ahead, do it. You do it off the air all the time.
Karen, why did you do that? Karen, they'll never find it.
That is exactly how he says that.
Why did you do that?
Chick, that lady looks really familiar. You know, I was a sideline reporter for the Pacers
Yeah,
that year.
I don't.
And I remember seeing her.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know if
I'm
she's still
I'm sure
around.
she'll be outed by tomorrow.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
We'll
by the end
find
of the
her.
day.
She could be dead. We don't know.
That documentary, though, that documentary, gigantic,
Next.
gigantic ratings.
I think Thomas stopped Karen.
I stopped Karen before the show started.
Kevin Harvick, the winner of NASCAR, resumed its Cup schedule, a 10-week layoff caused by a little thing called the pandemic. Harvick took the lead from Alex Bowman. He's the Sagittarius.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
Bowman. He's
Of course he's got a bow.
on a late race.
Is he married to someone named Karen? Is this going to tie in or ever get funny?
And
Okay.
pulled away from the final 30 laps in front of him. Tom. The entire United States, minus you, is watching the Michael Jordan documentary.
Can't measure how much I
I'm
don't
sorry.
care about.
I know, but every now and then we have to do some things that isn't related to the Beatles, okay? Bowman finished second, followed by Kurt Busch, Chase Elliott, and Denny Hamlin. The event was run without fans, with an emphasis on mask and social distancing. And in baseball, from Juno Beach, I'm not sure how far that is from that little place in Florida, Rory McIlroy delivered the money shot that
Ooh.
tailor-made driving.
Does it really say money shot there?
Yes, it does.
By
Right
the way,
here.
speaking of money shots, coming up,
Shot.
Ron Jeremy news.
Yeah.
Really?
Ron is in the news for a very weird
very
thing.
odd. Yes, it's very odd.
Yeah.
Huh,
No
all right.
porn involved.
Well, kind of.
Ron is an odd guy, that's
Yeah.
for sure.
There's a stretch. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
McElroy, the money shot, the tailor-made driving relief exhibition raised $5 million for virus relief, matched
Wow.
down to the closest to the pin contest after regulation. McElroy barely stayed on the shelf left of the pin, 13 feet to beat Matthew Wolf's attempt by 5 feet. NFL news.
Do we need the arrest report for this one?
Yes, we do. Cornerbacks DeAndre Baker and Quentin Dunbar released from Broward County Jail on Sunday, a day after surrendering on felony charges stemming from a cookout at a Miramar home in Florida. Baker posted a $200,000 bond after
You bring
a
the brats, I'll bring the machine gun.
Zoom. Yes, that's it. Pretty much. New York Giants.
Don't these guys make enough money just to have a nice time? Can't they just chill?
No
Kidding. Isn't that all you would want to do if you had all that money?
Yes.
Just
And
relax.
Redskins fans were losing their mind that we traded Quentin Dunbar away to the Seattle Seahawks. Looks like a pretty good trade now, doesn't it? Dunbar charged with 4 felony counts of armed robbery. The Seahawks player posted a $100,000 bond. The warrant says Baker and Dunbar attended a cookout Wednesday night. A fight broke out. Baker pulled out a handgun, as you would
At a
party.
barbecue.
Witnesses told investigators that Baker, Dunbar, and 2 other guys started robbing people, collecting watches and cash, thousands and thousands of dollars.
So wait a minute. So these guys are NFL players,
While we've got our guns out.
and they're robbing their fellow patrons at a barbecue?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, they figured no one would recognize them?
I don't know what they were thinking. It will be the Giants have officially told Mr. Baker to stay away.
Mr. Baker.
That is the most obscure reference ever on the show.
Baker and
was
Quentin
a stalker we
Dunbar.
used to have.
Soon to,
Oh, okay.
soon to follow.
We used to call her the Samoan.
Oh, boy.
Remember that?
Yes.
Mr. Baker. Is Mr. Baker here?
was a heavy
She talked
lady.
like Peter Lorre. It was very. I have a tribute.
heavy lady. Oh,
Now, you mentioned the money shot,
yep.
and which is a reference in the world of
Rory McIlroy. They were
Adult cinema.
They're talking about a golf shot that made him money. Is what they're doing here.
But there's another meaning for money shot in the world of adult cinema, as I'm sure you're familiar with, Josh.
Oh, well, yeah, of course.
And this is a song about the money shot.
Oh,
Somewhat obscure, but very, very good. Let's give it a listen.
He could keep it up forever. Under the hot lights while the gaffers drank their coffee and the fluffers did their nails. He was a freak of nature. He was bigger than the evergreens that stood beside his San Fernando trailer. And all the big producers told him he was hot. Now he's not. He can't show him what he's got. He can't do the money shot. Hot. Now he's not. He can do the money shot, 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 shot. Ooh, the money shot. He grew up in Nebraska. Saved his money mowing lawns so he could go out west. 'Cause he always liked the movies. He couldn't act and get called back till one day at the county pool. A talent agent discovered him, said he had the stuff, told him he was hot. Now he's not. He can't show him what he's got. He can't do the money shot. Hot. Now he's not. He can do the money shot, 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 shot.
Jill Sobule.
Beautiful.
Who wrote a great song called I Kissed a Girl.
Yeah, before Katy Perry ever did.
Yep.
Yeah. More or less lifted by somebody.
What the hell?
Yeah, she had a song in, what was it, in Clueless? But she's so funny. That's the true story of a money shot, not the kind you'd have in golf.
Right.
Coming up, we have a news story about a guy who's famous, I guess, or was famous over the years for various money shots.
Sure, he could even count down. He could have other people count down.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
I didn't know that either.
Well, and back in the day when he was younger, he is famous for.
He was the hedgehog, right? That wasn't that.
He could easily
service himself, right?
Service himself.
Yeah.
Oh,
before his belly got in the way.
With not just his hand, if you know what I'm
Right,
trying to
right.
say.
Well, that's
I didn't need to have that
That's
visual.
just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah.
I like that.
You'd never leave the house, would you? I mean,
You know,
it's bad enough as it is.
I have several fingers and a couple of thumbs. There's a lot of places I don't put them.
Yeah.
I probably could,
Right.
but I don't.
You know, the mind wanders sometimes.
Yeah, sure. All right. This Michael Jordan thing's kind of boring. I think I'll take my fist.
don't look.
No, I don't do that. Got another request here.
Oh.
Once again, Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. We love hearing from you.
Can we play a recorded version of the Gardner Minshew song? It was his birthday on Saturday. I feel like we should do something.
Well, maybe we can talk the guys into doing it. Couldn't Dean do his bass player from the old?
Can he come into your studio and do his bass in there? Or?
It's okay with me.
Can you play bass in the former Nuremberg suite?
Oh.
We have.
I could step out and he can come in here. It's fine.
You look really nice in those stripes, Christy.
Thank you, Tommy.
You look very nice. Now, we get lots of requests for this. I want to say a special hello to Neil.
Hi, Neil.
In Louisville, Kentucky. And long-time listener and first-time emailer.
Oh.
And he says he's lucky that he gets to work during the pandemic. I agree. Mm-hmm. And Neil, thank you very much for keeping up the work. This is something from Pat Daly. Pat Daly is a great singer and songwriter. And this is a song that a lot of us are relating to right now about being homeschooled by.
Are you doing any
a
of this,
spouse.
or is Kelly taking care of
The
it?
homeschooling?
Yeah.
Oh, they're taking care of it. Yeah. I'm just
I can't
vacuuming primarily.
I can't imagine.
Mr. Godwin's doing.
Are you
homeschooling.
then you're the prince? I bet you're the principal then, right?
No.
So you got to go
No,
down
I'm
and see the
janitor.
principal.
Last thing I did last night, vacuumed the house for the third time over the weekend.
You
But
need a big thing of
This is a
keys.
song about being around someone awful lot. Pat Daly.
This is a song I wrote for a special person.
All right.
Each time I need a trusted friend, you're there. With tears to dry and a heart to mend, you're there. And when I'm down in misery and the whole world turns its back on me and I need some love and sympathy, you're there. Nice, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
And when I'm weary and tired of trying, honey, you're there. And anytime I need a shoulder to cry on, you're there. And sometimes when I come home with a heavy heart and weary bones and I need a little time alone, you're there. I want to turn the stereo on, but you're there. I gotta get in to use the John, but you're there. And when I wake up lovingly and turn on my pillow, hoping to see Kim Bassinger smiling back at me, you're there. Oh, this is more of a good thing than I ever planned. How much damn togetherness can a one-man stand? Don't get me laughing here.
All right, sorry.
I want to flop down in my favorite chair, but you're there. I can't see in the mirror to comb my hair, 'cause you're there. And when I want a little snack at night, I sneak down to the fridge to get a little bite. I see a big fat ass blocking out the light, 'cause you're there.
Pat Daly. And, yep, you're there. Okay, thank you very much.
There she is.
You're where? Well, this is the Bob and Tom program, and we were over at the sports desk.
Yes, we were.
CrazyCockWine.com sports desk. Ask your liquor store, hey, where's the Crazy Cock wine? I want it in the can.
Grab it. You don't have to grab him by the collar or anything. Be nice about it.
Yeah, of course.
Sure, yeah.
Say, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, where's the Crazy Cock?
Wine.
Wine.
Crazy Cock wine. I'll handle it.
I'm never going to stop giggling.
Finally in sports this morning.
Before we get to that, Pat, I understand that you've been making some adjustments on one of your songs. I'm very excited about this. I don't want to give anything away, but when we come back here in a few minutes, is this ready, the new version?
It's ready, yeah.
Okay, good. Well, you're going to be all tuned up and ready to rock.
Exciting.
I didn't know it was a work in progress, but it just came to me, an extra verse.
All right, good.
So that should be very exciting. Now, that'll be coming up. Also, a comedian, Allie Breen, comedian Reno Collier will be joined by Jess Hooker. And we return to the sports desk.
A South Korean soccer club has apologized
for
being accused of putting sex dolls in empty stands during a match in Seoul.
the traditional surprise one.
All the
Mr.
inflatable
Bills.
fans were very excited about the soccer
Yes.
club. In a statement, Football Club Seoul expressed sincere remorse over the controversy. It insisted that it used mannequins, not sex dolls, to mimic a crowd at the Seoul World Cup Stadium this past Sunday. They don't know how this rumor started that they use sex dolls.
You know, anything's a sex doll.
Because
if
some
you
of
want
them-
it to be.
Barbie, you're going for a ride.
A good-sized stuffed animal is a sex doll if you want it to be.
We had a number of stories in the last couple of weeks about, there was a restaurant that was using them. But they
Not
were
sex doll, mannequins,
Yeah,
though,
but
right?
no, they were actually.
Well, there was one that was
inflatable.
using mannequins, then one was using inflatable dolls, but they insisted that they dressed them up.
Well, I saw them. They didn't have the surprised look on their face, and there was a man. They were blow-up dolls in South Carolina.
When we come back, we have a really nice letter about
Sex dolls?
Yes.
Oh,
It's really great. Coming to us from John in Monrovia.
And I have one of my.
Is it Monrovia?
I have one of my connections that only I could think of. I've got sex dolls in one of my favorite TV shows. It was The Open on one episode. A bunch of sex dolls. I think Tom is starting to realize.
6 feet under. Okay, sorry. Right now, I want to remind you that we care that you get where you have to go because everybody's essential, right? Mm-hmm. And it's essential that you get, if nothing else, to the grocery store or get to work. I hope you can work these days. A lot of people can't, which sucks. But Napa cares about the communities across America that they're part of. That's why they're doing their best to help keep you on the road. with Napa Auto Parts stores open, Napa Auto Care Centers, and NapaOnline.com. So keep your car or your truck operating, because that is, of course, essential. Whether you're heading to the store or on your way to work or just trying to get home safely, Napa is here, and they are there to provide quality parts and superior service to everybody on the road. If you've got some extra time at home, you can always go to NapaOnline.com, get the stuff that you need to keep your vehicle up and running. They've got something we call Napa Know-How. Our good friends at Napa, they're behind the counter, they know what they're doing, and they're there to help you. So please help our friends at Napa help you by checking out, once again, Napa Auto Care Centers, Napa Auto Parts stores, and, of course, NapaOnline.com with Napa Know-How. When we come back, there's a very strong possibility we're going to be having a kind of weird inter-room jam, if you will, involving the Gardner Minshew song and some great requests and a really funny story about a blow-up sex doll. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Everything about the show is at bobandtom.com. Check it out now. State law.
Hey man, this is Donnie Baker, and this is Bob and Tom 24/7. I swear to God it is. That's like all day and most of the night.
Hey, how you doing on a Monday? Mark Allison with you. Monday, everybody. You got a case of the Mondays? Don't you love it when you go to work and hear that? Although a lot of us haven't been to work lately to be able to hear the Monday lady. But don't worry, I'll do it for you. Don't have to even worry about it. Just stay at home today. But remember, for every dollar spent at bobandtomstore.com for the foreseeable future, every penny goes directly to Feeding America. Pretty cool. Buy now and buy often. Just head over to bobandtomstore.com. Every T-shirt, every hat, every sweatshirt could be helping to feed America. Again, every dollar spent at Bob and Tom's store for the foreseeable future, every penny goes directly to Feeding America. Check it out today, bobandtomstore.com.
I'm Chick McGee from the CrazyCockwine.com sports desk, and this is your Bob and Tom sports update. Kevin Harvick, the winner, as NASCAR resumed their Cup schedule following a 10-week layoff caused by the pandemic. Harvick took the lead from Alex Bowman on a late restart and pulled away over the final 30 in front of empty stands at the Darlington Raceway in South Carolina. Rory McIlroy delivered the money shot in the tailor-made driving relief exhibition, raised $5 million for virus relief. With the match down to a closest to the pin contest after regulation, McIlroy barely stayed on the shelf left of the pin, measured at 13 feet, to beat Matthew Wolff's attempt by 5 feet. And New York Giants cornerback DeAndre Baker and Seattle corner Quentin Dunbar have been released from Broward County Jail after surrendering Saturday night on felony charges stemming from that cookout at a Miramar home in Florida. Baker posted a $200,000 bond. Dunbar posts a $100,000 bond. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Famous. I think this is Josh is the one that turned me onto this. I had no idea all those years, the great show, The Jetsons. Jane, apparently, did not know about what was going on with Rosie.
That's right. There are some lost episodes where George has an illicit affair with Rosie. And,
do we have any of the audio from that?
Oh, we do.
Mr. J, the new sock nozzles arrived.
All right, Rosie, just keep that to yourself till Jane leaves, all right?
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Our guest in the studio, comedian Rodney Carrington.
And we're going
Now, here's a song called Little Things That Piss Me Off. When I'm sitting on the toilet in a house that I don't know, looking all around me where the toilet paper go. I'm feeling real uneasy, I'm feeling real uncertain, 'cause I gotta wipe my butt again with a shower curtain. It's those little things, those itty bitty things. It's those little things like that piss me off. When I pick up on a woman and I take her home to bed, she starts to take her clothes off and she starts to, well, hell, you know. I asked her what her name was. She told me it was Venus. I reached down between her legs. It's those little things, those itty bitty things. It's those little things like that piss me off. Last night I went out drinking my old daddy's Lincoln. I hit a tree and I killed a friend. Start to scream and holler 'cause he owed me $20. I know I'll never say it again. I know what you're thinking. Hell, he's dead. Take it out of his damn pocket. I didn't kill nobody. Well, there's people out there going, he killed his damn friend. That's awful. I had some mace and I could get up there. I'd squirt his ass. Well, listen to it again. Last night I went out drinking and my old daddy's Lincoln. I hit a tree and I killed a friend. 2 friends, a couple of orphans, and a nun. How do you like that? It's those little things. Oh, he killed 2 orphans and a nun. That bastard. There you have it.
Wow. Very nice.
Hi, fellas. This is Floyd Tucker, the over-the-road trucker. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7, of course.
First of all, our guest in the studio, comedian Evan Davis. But you live in L.A., so you got to have a car.
You got to have something big. I don't think that's right, man. Housewives driving expeditions. I don't think you should be able to.
How about ya? 646 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show. Thank you.
Christy Lee has an update on the weather forecast.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by the CarX Men. Cloudy with rain off and on today, high 70. Rain overnight, low 57. Same for tomorrow, high 65. Right now, rain and 55 degrees.
Okay, thanks very much. Got some decent weather on over the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't a disaster.
Right.
But let's hope it doesn't rain for the race. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. Never mind. Welcome back. It's the Bob and Tom Show. Coming up, blow-up dolls in the news. We're getting ready for a couple of special songs here. Very excited about that. Let's see. We are the Bob and Tom Show. Today is the 18th of May. The quarantine continues. We're socially distanced with Christy Lee in the next room behind the glass in the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom. See Chick McGee's across the way in the big room here at the crazycockwine.com sports desk. Josh in the orangeinsoles.com sidekick chair. It's very impressive. This is Tom speaking. Mr. Godwin around the corner. They're in a different building, but we can see him on the TV.
Pat.
And we're streaming the show out on YouTube worldwide. Already heard from England this morning. Right now, I want to mention that you mentioned a sports story involving blow-up dolls.
Yes, from South Korea, their soccer team, FC Seoul, has expressed sincere remorse over the controversy. It insisted that it used mannequins, not sex dolls, that some are charging the club with filling their stands with to watch, in quotes, soccer action. The country's top-flight K-League returned to action May 8th following a week-long postponement because of the virus. The league plans to play all games in empty stadiums until the risk, of course, of the virus are going to be lowered. But apparently, according to some people, they say that they had sex dolls in the stands.
Well, they're probably, what other kind of blow-up dolls can you get?
Oh, they have other ones.
Not mannequins.
But I would imagine they're probably a lesser.
Don't they have these in Hollywood, Josh?
Yeah, they have
I mean, they do it
blow-up
with
dolls
CGI probably now, but...
Yeah, now it's primarily... But yes, they would always have
Like Ben-Hur is full of like
Sure, our Gone with the Wind, huge
big crowd scenes are all blow up people.
They just have some moving people among them to make it give the impression that all of them are moving.
This story comes to us from John. He writes, my son turned 4, and we were on the way to a major sporting event. And against my wife's wishes, we took him to the race. While walking to the race, there was a tour bus with a blow-up doll in the window. My wife and I looked at each other, hoping that our little son wouldn't see it.
Yeah.
He looked up in the window of the bus, saw the doll, and said, "That looks just like Mommy." She was not happy. Thank you, John. Thank you for sharing that.
Congratulations, Dad, right?
Wow.
Well, the one during the open of the 6 Feet Under television show, each week they would have someone die. And then the funeral home where the series was set, they would take care of that person during that episode. Like one guy, remember, ran over his own head trying to get the paper.
Oh,
man! He leaned out of his car.
Yeah, and sometimes you'd think, oh, you know how this guy's going to die, and then it would be something much different.
Well, these kids, young teens, were inflating blow-up dolls with helium. They thought it would be funny to let them loose over the city.
I think that is funny. Yeah.
And this woman who was very religious was driving to work and looked out of the window and thought they were angels, and the rapture had started. So she got out of her car, and you're wondering, well, who's going to die? And then she got out and got ran over by a car. Looking at the angels up in the air. The inflatable sex doll.
Very depressing. Is that
Good morning. Go out and have a great day.
That's sports.
That is sports. Wherever you go, whatever you do. How about you?
Thank you very much.
Be a good sport.
Pat, you say you've been working on a new song. I'm very excited about this. Coming up, the Gardner Minshew tribute song celebrating the great quarterback of the Jaguars' 24th birthday. But first, you've got something else, I understand?
Yeah, I did a song on Friday. Then over the weekend, I thought, hey, I can get a little more personal and extend this a verse or two, have some fun with it. This needs no explanation. We're all going through this right now. This is called Keeping My Distance. They say they want me to stay 6 feet away from my grandma. Well, I've been 6 feet away from my Nana since March of 1992. They say I can't give my grandpa a hug, and quite frankly, I don't want to. Hugging Papa Joe would need a court order and an exhumation. I've been 6 feet away from my grandparents for a while now. I don't need your insistence, trust me. I've been keeping my distance. They say they want me to stay 6 feet away from my aging dad. But you can't catch nothing through the plexiglass at the penitentiary. They say I can't make love to my wife, and that's fine with her. She hasn't wanted me around since I knocked up that waitress from the Funny Bone. I've been 6 feet away from my whole family for a while now. I don't need your persistence, trust me. We've been keeping our distance.
Thank you very much.
All right. Very nice.
Thank you.
Yes, sirree.
Yeah.
So, Grandpa Joe.
Actually, yeah.
You're going to need a...
Moving kind of slow at the junction.
You're going to need a backhoe.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I want to see.
Hey,
Grandpa.
fourth verse.
Yeah.
Okay. That reminds me.
Backhoe.
Papa Joe backhoe, it rhymed.
Coming up, we have some great letters. If you want to get a hold of us, Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. Oh, wait a minute.
We are here.
It's the track phone hotline.
We're live. Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Bob and Tom. It's Sir Charles.
Hey, Sir
Hey, Sir
Charles, you've been
Charles.
watching the big documentary about Michael Jordan?
Yeah, y'all enjoyed Michael Jordan's Last Dance.
Yeah.
It was so cool. You know, now he's forever known as Jumpman. And next week they're going to do my documentary series called Dunk Man.
Oh.
You get to see me dunk donuts, biscuits, Biscoff cookies, Oreos with double stuff, Oreos with mega stuff, rolled beef, more Oreos, rolled beef with Oreos, Oreos and mega stuff.
Can't wait for it. Dunk Man.
Dunk. He likes to dunk those.
I think they covered in the documentary that Barkley and Jordan are not speaking.
Oh, they're
Apparently, Jordan took exception with a couple things Barkley said about Jordan. Well, that have been depicted in the documentary as later incredibly accurate. Evidently, Michael's upset about it. So
it's interesting because you and Michael Jordan aren't speaking.
Yeah, we're not speaking.
I'm not speaking to him. I'm not
Why
speaking
did they
to him
cover
either.
that?
I don't know. Not a word
Is he speaking
about
to
it.
you?
You know, he hasn't talked to me for
Christy?
as long as I can remember.
haven't talked to him since '98, probably. Yeah.
There you go. Oh, must have said something.
He's tall, very tall. He's taller than you think he is.
That'll happen.
Yeah.
He's a basketball player.
Very
What
tall.
do you mean?
Many are.
They are all tall.
Coming up, we're going to hook up with Jess Hooker, comedian Allie Breen, and comedian Reno Collier. Give me the teaser, Christy Lee.
Well, we have sex buddies in the news. We have female masturbation. And we also have
That doesn't exist.
Oh, come on. They don't enjoy things.
laughing gas and penguins. You never thought that'd be in the sentence,
Wow,
would you?
2 comedy clubs. All right.
That's absolutely true.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is a comedian.
Right there.
A little inside, but that's okay.
Sure, yeah.
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Reach us toll free at 1-888-BOB-TOM-1 or at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, fellas. This is Floyd Tucker, the over-the-road trucker. This is Bob and Tom's program, 24/7.
Keep in mind, you've got something to do tonight. Put it on your calendar, on your things-to-do list, on your daily schedule. It's Bob and Tom tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. What are you talking about, Mark? Well, just head on over to Bob and Tom's YouTube page. Subscribe today. That's free, and you can be watching Bob and Tom tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Bob and Tom's YouTube channel, bobandtom.com, and on the Bob and Tom Facebook page. 20 minutes of video highlights of the best of today's Bob and Tom Show tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. The Florida Keys will reopen to tourists June 1st, more than 2 months after the island chain closed to visitors to minimize the spread of the coronavirus. The Monroe County Emergency Management reported Sunday checkpoints that barred visitors from coming into the Keys will be removed next month. Also, hotels and other lodging establishments will be allowed to reopen at 50% occupancy. Asian stock markets have risen after the chief U.S. central banker expressed optimism that the American economy might start to recover this year from the coronavirus pandemic. Benchmarks in Shanghai, Tokyo, Hong Kong, and Australia all advanced. And it was one way to maintain social distancing at church. A Roman Catholic priest in the Detroit area has taken his best shot at keeping the congregation from getting too close during the coronavirus. Photos posted on social media by St. Ambrose Church show the priest using a squirt gun to shoot holy water at parishioners on Easter Sunday. The priest wore a mask, face shield, and rubber gloves as further precautions against spreading the virus. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Hi, this is Bob. And this is Tom. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
24/7.
Listen up, fellas. This is just for you. It's the brand new dance where you drop your pants.
There's a new craze, it's a sensation. Every guy is doing it across the nation. First thing you do, take off your clothes. Get ready to strut, get ready to pose. Grab your package, tuck it away. Between your legs is where you want it to stay. Do the badge.
The badge. Come on, give it a whirl.
Do the badge.
The badge. Pretend that you're a girl.
Do the badge.
The badge. You're a macho punk.
Do the badge.
The badge. Nobody sees your junk.
Make sure it's not they cut a rug. Do the badge.
Yeah, you're looking badge-tastic.
Your friends will laugh 'cause it's so funny. You look like a hairy Playboy bunny. Look in the mirror, where's your weenie? It disappeared like your Houdini. It's really cool, it's out of sight. Do the badge every day and night. Do the badge.
The badge. Man, you got it working.
Do the badge.
Oh, the badge. You can't see your gherkin.
Do the badge.
The badge. Show your buddies in the shower.
Do the badge.
The badge. 'Cause you've got badge power.
Friends will say you must be gay. Do the badge.
Use your imagination.
Don't do the twist. Don't do the hustle.
Do the badge and hide that love muscle.
Forget the rumba and the macarena.
Just boogie down without your genitalia.
Do the badge.
The badge. It's better than a tango.
Do the badge.
The badge. No wonder where your wango.
Do the badge.
The badge. In the back we see your hiney.
Do the badge.
The badge. In the front you've got a giny.
For a big surprise, tuck it between your thighs.
Do the badge.
Hey Romeo, you've got a camel toe.
Do the badge.
Q95, it's the Bob and Tom Show.
There's Christy Lee, and we've got the thunder shower CarX thing going here.
Yeah, Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by the CarX Man. Cloudy with rain off and on today, high 70. Rain overnight, low 57. And chance for rain again tomorrow, high 65.
Scatter, scatter, thunder showers, boom, boom, boom. Don't blame it on the CarX, man.
Oh, they were so great last night, right as I went to bed. They started. It was awesome.
Oh, that puts
55 right now.
Puts me right to sleep.
Yeah, I love
Me
it.
too. Love it. Love it. Love it.
I'd be horrible in a weather-related
This portion of the Bob and Tom Show brought to you by.
My friends at Westgate Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram.
They can't do it. Nobody
There
cares.
we go. We're back to normality. It's the Beat It or Cash It event going on right now at Westgate. You won't get a better deal than you will at Westgate right now. You can't beat the new vehicle deal you'll get at any local Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram dealer. If they can't, they're going to pay you $2,500. That's right. Nothing to lose, so much to gain. If Westgate doesn't give you the best deal on a new 2019 or 2020 Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, they'll hand you $2,500. Yeah. See for yourself during the Beat It or Cash It event. Get the lowest price. There's no time to wait.
All right.
Don't miss out. Beat It or Cash It event going on now at Westgate off Highway 40 next to Coles in Plainfield and online at westgateauto.com.
Nicely done, Christy, in spite of the fact that morons were trying to help you.
Yeah, I wasn't watching.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show.
Well,
we are celebrating the 18th of May, 2020. All right.
Yeah.
We made it so far. Let's see.
check out Camera Hog.
I'm trying to figure out what's going on over there. We'll check in with the cameras in a second. We have Chick McGee across the way. He's at the crazycockwine.com sports desk. Christy's in the next room behind the glass. She's isolated in there in the Navy Federal
Because
Credit
I'm Jeremy. I have cooties.
Union. She's got cooties in the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom.
Remember Cootie Bugs? You ever play
Sure.
Cootie Bugs?
I love that game.
You roll the dice, get a leg?
Yep.
You ever do that?
Cootie Bug?
You
Cooties.
probably didn't.
You don't know what we're talking about.
I know what the cooties are. I was a
Oh,
kid
it was a
once.
game?
Yeah, fun game.
My mother taught me bridge at a young age. Well, it was Paul of the May.
Probably didn't have a barrel full of monkeys either, did you?
Did not. The Origintals.com sidekick chair is occupied by Josh. This is Tom. That's Ace over there.
Man, oh, man.
And now in the around the corner Fudge's Made studio, we have Pat Godwin, and I can see Dean squeezed in there as well.
Can we get the camera adjusted, or is that Godwin's idea to always have it on him?
That's so cute.
The bass player, usually the bass player is kind of in the side. And
Sure.
Yeah.
We can see his hands.
Bill Wyman.
We'll know he's actually
Stones. Now, you wanted the reason we want to play the Gardner Minshew song is because
Saturday was his 24th birthday. He and Josh.
Check how weird is this?
Share a birthday.
Yeah.
Saturday,
Yeah.
Gardner Minshew's birthday, he turned 24. Saturday, my birthday, I turned 42.
You tell me there was a lone gunman. That's
okay.
right.
And so, in honor of that, we have the Gardner Minshew song, the famed quarterback of the Jacksonville Jaguars. And there's been a change.
Yeah, now he's number one, man. They traded away what's-his-face? Foles. He's somewhere else.
QB1, they say?
Yeah, Gardner is QB1. Yeah.
And now, Pat,
Yeah.
you guys ready in there?
Well, yeah, we were just kind of sort of getting ready. Headphones on. We're all tuned up. There's Dean.
I will never get tired of that. I hope you're watching us on YouTube. It's worth it, man.
Okay, go ahead. We're ready.
Oh, okay. Here we go. I have to get into character. Hold on. We fired Bill. Shut up, Jack.
Mick Jaguar.
Yes, Mick Jaguar.
We fired Bill Wyman. Actually, Bill Wyman left, so we have Dean Metcalf on the bass. On the bass guitar, hogging the limelight. The money maker. Here we go. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's a groove, all right.
It sure is.
The bass really makes it, doesn't it?
It sure does, yeah.
Are you still doing the intro?
Fill out that bottom. Oh, this is still the intro. Yeah.
One more time to make Tom mad.
I can't do it. It's too high.
Now he's a starting quarterback, leading the attack. Gardner Minshew. Naked in the locker room, a mustache just like a broom goes from the kiss you. All right, sing it. Gardner Minshew. One more time with feeling. Gardner Minshew. Yeah. It was his birthday Saturday. Everybody kept 6 feet away from Mr. Minshew. Brady's in Tampa, FLA, but right there up the way is Gardner Minshew. Oh, here we go, Dean. Ooh, Jaguars, why'd you wait so long? I'm naked in the locker room. Can you see my dong? Oh, it's so long. I'll change it up, Tommy. I got a little blue.
Nice. Mr. Minshew is famous for being naked in the locker room.
Yeah, little setup there after the song's already started.
Well, just trying to set it up. Sorry, Mick.
Hey, what's the matter, man? You got the backing of the fans. There's some Jaguar cheerleaders that's dying to meet you. We're going to bring a case of White Claw, play some Madden football like we used to. Gardner Minshew.
All right. Boy, oh boy.
47 times now. That's the 47th version.
You know what? They keep getting better and better.
Oh, yeah. Thank you very
Happy
much,
birthday,
Josh.
Gardner. A famous mustache.
Yes.
And likes to be naked doing exercises in the locker room. There's some great interviews with him out there you'll find here and there. Thank you very much, Pat.
Well done,
Thank
fellas.
you. Oh, thanks.
This will mean something to people who are Seinfeld fans. Uncle Rico in Napoleon Dynamite,
Yes.
who has been connected to Gardner Minshew because Gardner reminded everyone
Yes,
of Uncle
I
Rico with
see
the
that.
headband and stuff. That's an actor named John Grice, G-R-I-E-S, John Grice. He also played the homeless person in Seinfeld.
Oh, yes.
Who auditions for to pull the rickshaw.
That's right.
And steals the horse.
Yes, then he steals the rickshaw. And
From Newman and Kramer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a legitimate actor. No, that
very, very familiar when you see him without his wig.
And there's a shot of him with Gardner Minshew.
Yeah,
He's got the wig on the head.
Oh, they do look a lot alike.
ESPN Countdown today skit with those two. Yeah, so there you go.
Thank you very much.
Gardner Minshew.
Happy birthday, Gardner. Thank you very much, Pat. Let's just move over to the news desk with Christy Lee before we get back to the mailbag and some great requests this morning. What have you got, Christy?
We've been talking about sex dolls a lot. Dutch officials have some advice for single people during the coronavirus lockdown. And let me spell you for you. It's called Find a SEKSBUDDY.
Do it again.
SEKSBUDDY.
Sex buddy.
Yeah.
Sex buddy.
SEKS, yeah.
Yeah.
The Dutch way.
The Dutch way. The official guidance from the Dutch National Institute for Public Health has been revised to include advice for citizens without a permanent sex partner.
Just for 1 second, can you imagine a press conference? President Trump and Nancy Pelosi come out together. Listen, we just want to say we agree on one thing. You need to have a sex buddy. That's good night, everybody. And then they walk off hand in hand.
Boy, wouldn't
that
be
something.
great?
We would all, yeah.
Hey, finally, two people in Washington that actually get along.
A little unity here.
Officials suggest meet with the same person to have physical or sexual contact. For example, a cuddle buddy or sex buddy, provided that you are free of illness.
Okay.
But yeah, they're asking the country to.
Doesn't the term sex buddy kind of have a little kind of a Gilligan's Island feel?
Hey, little sex buddy.
I'm on the bottom again. Skipper.
Get on the. He hits him with his hat.
Skipper. Oh, Gilligan. Oh.
Boy, the sex dolls the professor could make, huh?
With a coconut.
Quite good, yeah.
Couple coconuts.
Yeah. What's that old sort of joke? The professor could make anything except
a radio.
And a raft.
Or a boat.
I think they had a radio.
That's right.
Radio.
Just a one way, a receiver only. Wow, that would be. But that's so funny that the official government is saying get a sex buddy. Well, okay.
Yeah.
Wouldn't they have murdered in real life? Wouldn't they have murdered Gilligan by week 6?
That would have been a Lord of the
After like the
Fly.
sixth time that he made them late for some rescue, whatever.
Absolutely.
I think Marianne and Ginger would both be knocked up virtually immediately. There'd be little babies running around.
A lot of mouths to feed after a while.
Like Mr. Howell would have done a little. Oh, how did Mrs. Howell die? Oh, she fell off that cliff when I pushed her.
I call you Lovey, but I call her.
All right.
If you ask me one more time where I'm going.
We're on an island.
So I love the way. So how do they spell sex buddy again?
SEKSBUDDY.
Wow. I'm surprised they didn't say F-U-C-H.
Yeah, there you go. Now that's a buddy.
I'm assuming the famous red light district in Amsterdam is closed.
I would think. I can't imagine. Who knows?
Yeah.
Things are they're opening up, but it's different all over the world.
Yes.
And
It's different county to county, city to city.
It's very confusing.
Yeah.
You'll have to go over there to find out. They just changed the rules about that red light district anyway, right? Didn't they? There's something about tourists can't go there or something.
Oh,
What?
really?
I thought that was why they went there.
I thought they're being careful now, though. It's a yellow light.
Yeah, a little caution. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Use a little.
It's a fine joke. I like it.
Little caution.
You know what? It was a fine joke.
Excellent joke.
It was almost too good. That's what threw everybody.
It's clever, very clever.
No, I'm sorry. I was
Very
Googling to see what the red light district was doing. I wasn't listening. What was your joke again?
It's great.
Well, they are using more. They're taking their time. They're being careful. It's more of a yellow light district.
That is very clever.
They're taking.
That was a sarcastic remark from Tom, but
No, that's
caution.
That's a solid joke. I think I saw that in Humor in Uniform in Reader's Digest in 1958.
Okay, here's a joke about an ass. How's that? There you go. What do you think here?
Pussy king, pussy king.
A little palate cleanser.
There we go. You're right back on track. Pussy King.
Coming up, we have a little bit of Tiger news. That's right. Of course,
Yes.
I'm talking about
Tiger King, a tiger, Tiger King. Tiger King, a tiger, Tiger King.
Hold that tiger now. Hold that tiger.
what are you doing?
Yeah.
That's a fight song for LSU,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Hold that tiger. Hold that tiger.
That's that somewhere in there in that realm. You've captured it.
Is there
certainly.
some?
What's double Dutch, Christy? Is that
It's a jump rope game. Like when you jump, double jumping.
Oh, it's not when you're on a double date and everybody pays for themselves?
Well, there's a double Dutch Eiffel Tower. That's where you and a buddy and you both pair. And
why'd you bring up double Dutch?
Yeah,
because this is you're talking about the Dutch government telling people to have a so-called
I
sex
gotcha.
buddy.
Okay.
I'm wondering, can you have two?
Yeah, sure. Yes, why not?
Would that be the double
And
Dutch
are Dutch cheap? Is that why we're going Dutch? That got to.
Yeah, how did that start?
I don't know. I thought people from Scotland were supposed
pay
to be
for
the
each other.
cheapest.
I thought people from Canada were. Canada were tight, right?
Well, they don't tip.
They have a different tipping culture than
most
America.
people, most countries do. Yeah.
Right now, one of the most important things we can do right now is get some sleep. Boy, don't I know it.
Yeah, I could have used it last night.
Time to take my own advice.
11 hours for me Saturday night.
Oh,
braggart.
Oh, man.
That's been a while.
Happy birthday.
God, that was a gift.
Wow.
Yeah.
I bet you woke up and thought you had an anvil in your shorts. That's the kind of dream.
Fell asleep at
you
10.
Walk up, give me some nails. I got to hammer something in.
You get up till 9?
Yep.
Nice.
10 to 9.
Nice. Man.
That's all because of sleep number.
That's great. Well, yeah, that's great. The sleep number bed, that's what I'm talking about. What's your sleep number setting, Josh?
65.
That's kind of firm, but not that firm. What's your sleep number setting, Chick?
100. It's firm, and my sleep number bed stays firm, Tom.
That defines firm. But if you wanted to go back to a softer setting like Christy Lee, what's your setting?
35.
35 as a sleep number setting is sort of like sleeping in Jell-O with sheets. The point is you can have it any way you want at the touch of a button. It's the greatest mattress out there. The Sleep Number bed. De-stress, that's the key right now, and getting plenty of sleep is very important for your health. We all know that, and we probably almost all of us don't get a lot of sleep. That's why we're up right now. It's very important. And so when you do go to sleep, it's important to get some proper sleep. Hence, my love of the Sleep Number bed. Discover proven quality sleep for your health and well-being and save $1,000 right now on a Sleep Number 360 special edition bed for a limited time during the Memorial Day sale. How do you find out about it? Well, you go to sleepnumber.com/BT show. Sleep Number recommends getting proper exercise. Don't eat just before you go to bed, and minimize the light and just chill. And the Sleep Number bed, of course, the beauty of it is you can set it for the proper firmness at the touch of a button on either side. So it's very flexible, just like you. Check it out. sleepnumber.com/BT show. When we come back, a little bit of Donnie Baker. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
All this time of staying at home, why don't you treat yourself to a Bob and Tom VIP membership? If you love the Bob and Tom Show, how about full access, including the archives, the album library, listening to the show commercial-free and on demand with our daily podcast. You can even kick back and watch the live 7-camera video stream of the show live as it happens each and every morning. Jeff Oskey taking care of that. Check it out now at bobandtom.com/VIP. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union Entertainment News Desk. Keith Urban played a secret concert Thursday night at a drive-in outside Nashville where about 200 medical workers from Vanderbilt Health. He played on a flatbed truck in front of about 125 cars with the help of 2 band members, one of whom played recorded tracks in absence of a full band. Urban joked it was kind of like glorified karaoke. Urban asked the healthcare workers to send him selfies, which he put on the movie screen behind him. Fred Willard, the comedic actor, died over the weekend at the age of 86. His work kept audiences entertained for more than 50 years on TV and in the movies, starring in films like This is Spinal Tap, Best in Show, and Anchorman. And Phyllis George is being remembered as a former beauty queen who became a pioneer as a female sportscaster and the First Lady of Kentucky. A representative for the family says George died this past Thursday in Lexington. She was 70. She apparently had suffered for a long time with a blood disorder. And that's your entertainment news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hi, man. This is Donnie Baker. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Voices in my head told me that I love you. The voices in my head said you love me too. Yes, they do. You know they're always right. So I'm listening tonight to the voices in my head. Yeah, the voices in my head said we'll always be together. So I got your name tattooed in flaming red on my forehead. They come in crystal clear, but my doctor, he can't hear the voices in my head. Yeah, the voices in my head said to stop my medication. The voices in my head said to jump the wall and run and buy a gun. You know they're always right, so I won't put up a fight with the voices in my head. I see you on TV, and the voices are telling me that you want me and you need me, and your boyfriend should be dead and gone. The voices in my head said to break in your apartment and hide under the bed, 'cause your love was just a lie. You too must die. Soon tonight I'll stalk. Tomorrow I'm insane, so my lawyer says I'll walk. 'Cause I got voices in my head. Got voices in my head. Got voices in my head.
Bob and Tom 24/7. Not on air, online, all the time.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Henry Phillips is our guest. Do you have an example of a song that started one way and ended up as one of your hits, if you will?
Well, yeah. I mean, I've got, like
a beautiful little
this
melody.
song, the bitch song, which as people that have
Sure.
followed my career,
They all know it as the
they
bitch
all know
song.
it.
Well,
You know,
do it
before
the
it
way-
was the runaway hit that it became.
Yeah.
Well, do it as its original version. Just for a little
Original
bit.
was
The lovely version.
Like the placid water flows all the way to the ocean shore. I can be with you that way.
Okay, now do the way. Now do
And then it
you
came
mind
out,
doing the new version?
And even though she lives in the richest
7:20 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show, May 18th, 2020. We're live, baby.
Christy Lee has the forecast.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. We have rain in the forecast off and on today with a high of 70. Rain overnight, 57. Rain again tomorrow, 65. 55 right now, though.
Hey. Turn it into a positive, Christy.
Yeah, it's going to make all the flowers grow. Oh,
Oops, sorry. I just meant to wing her.
Yeah.
Did I got her in the throat?
Hey, at least we don't have to mow today or tomorrow.
That's right.
no, but when you do, you're going to need a weed whacker.
No mo. No mo. No mo.
Or a bush hog.
No mo. Bush hog.
Oh, yeah. I love bush hog.
Speaking of bush hogs, we have some Ron Jeremy news coming up.
Isn't that an Australian
He's
porn?
a hedgehog.
Yeah, and I'm not going to say who it is, but the chick was showing me there's a woman who's becoming famous as a Pacer fan in the
Due to the Jordan
Michael
documentary.
Jordan.
Yeah.
She's actually very familiar to many people if you watch local television commercials. Okay? She's a very nice person. But
car dealership.
She's that's going to be everywhere.
It's Flo from Progressive.
Any second now, you'll be hearing who that is. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Happy to be here, which is the Bob and Tom Studios, graced by the presence of the birthday boy. Celebration continues. Josh Arnold had the big birthday.
I didn't realize it continued.
No,
Sure.
you
Whole
did this
week.
last year. We all got sick and tired of it, except Josh didn't. He loved it, of course.
Well,
you don't do it for our birthdays. We've had birthdays around you for 30 years. You never did anything like this for Christy. And
How was that cake, Josh?
Oh, dude, so good. Thank you very much.
Did you get a piece of that cake, Chick?
Man, I did. It was really good cake. Good. Really good.
And the new tradition with cakes, you don't get to blow the candles out anymore.
Right. Unless my Shark Tank idea happens. I'm
What's your Shark
working
Tank
on
idea?
it. Man, do I say it on the air?
Well, once you say it, it's labeled yours.
I don't think the cover with the candle holes is going to take off.
Well, it's going to work.
So you
I
want a
think it's
plexiglass
stupid.
dome that goes over the cake.
Right.
I'm out.
But you have to. The candles are above the glass.
Exactly. The candles are over. They go into little holes in the plexiglass.
This is going to take more preparation than sending down an old-fashioned deep sea diver.
Well, no, you did. You
with
put
the metal canister head.
You put the plastic cover over, then you put the candle through the holes. Silly. You don't
Right.
try to line it up after the candles are on the cake.
Exactly.
Sorry.
In fact, the candles.
This is why you're going to have to do the demonstration.
The candles no longer even touch the cake.
They don't even touch the cake.
No, they don't go into the cake anymore.
What?
They go into little sort of candle holders in the plexiglass dome type thing that go over the cake.
Gotcha.
You can blow out the candles, lift that thing up.
Ah, there you go.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Then where do you put it?
What do you mean? Where do you, on
That's
the
the
side?
thing. That's what I'm working on.
Storage?
Because it's going to be collapsible.
Oh.
It's got to be collapsible.
Once
so
or twice a year, you
right,
bring it out.
Exactly. And I also want to make it not only collapsible,
Dishwasher safe,
but adjustable to where it because different size
size cake.
You also have round cakes. You also have
You
square
better
cakes.
get a really good engineer.
No, I got this myself. And,
Okay, it's not going to work.
He's melting plastic right now in his kitchen. And
See, plastic giving off toxic.
He's got a
fumes.
fabric.
Can you see me?
Then the birthday boy collapsed.
I've got
his lungs coated in.
He's got a fabrication machine.
I've got a soldering iron, and the fumes are just going right into my nose.
Oh, yeah.
I'm almost done.
That's Josh at the OrangeInsoles.com sidekick chair. Thanks very much for joining us. The 18th of May, 2020. Quarantine continues to a degree.
The core. Oh, we found this for Tiger King. I don't know who it's by, but I
remember that.
Bouncy.
Tiger King.
Yeah, that is better.
Tiger King.
Okay, thank you very much.
Puss. Here, puss.
Oh, thank God it's the track phone hotline.
Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Bob and Tom, it's Donnie Baker.
Hey, Donnie, how are you?
I'm good. I heard you guys bragging about Ron Jeremy's most famous trick and top talent he was most famous for.
Well, Ron Jeremy's in the news, and I guess he was famous for the ability to personally do whatever he
Whatever
could do.
you
Yes.
can do as a
Although I
man.
guess his belly's too big now, he can't do it anymore.
Oh, hell, that's nothing. I was able to do the same thing.
You're such a liar.
I quit, not because my belly, I was just afraid of getting feedback. But put me in the same club. I got to apologize. I'm a little out of sorts this morning. Still recovering from the talent show for my little niece Haley I attended on Zoom yesterday.
Oh, yeah? How'd that go?
That'd have been terrible.
You know what? I thought this quarantine would finally pay off by getting me out of stuff like family reunions, baptisms, and doing my taxes, and especially having to attend a talent show.
Yeah.
But some dick invented Zoom and jacked it all up. Thanks a lot, Bill Gates. You guys,
He's got teams.
You know my niece Haley, don't you?
What's that now?
My niece Haley, you guys know her. She's Cindy's with an S little girl.
No, we don't know her.
Cindy with an S?
She's the one, I remember we had to hold the intervention for her because last year in second grade, she's already addicted to eating paste. Remember? And she's selling little dime bags of it at recess. I swear to God. Josh, she's the one who took a black Sharpie and gave all her Barbies permanent tramp stamps.
Oh, man, yeah.
Yep, got busted show and tell so bad Goodwill wouldn't even accept them. Well, anyways, yesterday afternoon, I borrowed my lead bass player, Todd Boner's laptop to watch her virtual talent show.
Ugh.
And first off, I'll say it just like this. The fact they even call what them kids do a talent show is a bit of a stretch. Talent. And that's like when a 400-pound woman tries to fit in a pair of yogurt pants. It's much of a stretch. Plus, I don't know when singing a song from Les Miserables is considered being a talent. Even Boner heckled her from the other room. He called it Trace horrific. I swear to God. I'm like, easy, Poncho. This is when you start speaking Spaniard. He was in the fireball early. But this whole thing was a nightmare. It was like being at a bad karaoke night, you know, minus the fried pickles and 4 Karens doing Paradise by Dashboard Live. But most of this show is just feedback through a microphone every 12 seconds. I've heard better sound at a drive-through before. And then here comes a second grader doing magic tricks. This little kid, he was the worst. You could tell, you know, he's probably teacher's pet from the start. You could even see the handkerchief peeking out. And I kept yelling, it's in his pocket. Like, hello, spoiler alert, it's right there. And then finally some moderator muted my microphone. I mean, that never happened on Hollywood Squares. The only upside of the whole event was checking out all the hot new teachers fresh out of college. You know, the ones still got a smile on their face.
Yeah.
Yes.
They can still make a difference with these kids. They're so adorable at that stage. You know, after the show, I was chatting up Haley's hot teacher, Miss Teresa. I was like, did you see that horrible magician? If you really want to be impressed, baby, you should check out the magic wand I can make disappear.
Oh, boy.
Swear to God. Then Boner typed in our address and my phone number.
Oh.
And that's how you get manned from ever having to attend any future talent shows on both Zoom and
Got banned,
your
eh?
niece's grade school. Yeah. I gotta go.
All right.
Cindy with an S.
Yeah.
How about
That's
that?
interesting.
Isn't that lovely?
Wait a minute. We're going to return to the crazycockwine.com sports desk with Chick McGee.
This just in, Major League Baseball players from Los Angeles, the official word, MLB players will be prohibited from taking showers after games. There will be no fist bump celebrations or spitting sunflower seeds in the dugout.
Oh, I mean, that's going to be hard to break.
This,
bet.
according to a return-to-play guidelines drafted by league officials. The new restrictions, which have to be approved by the Players Union, would also enforce social distancing, meaning no hugs or high fives after a home run. A ban also on chewing tobacco, which they've been trying to do forever. And players would go through daily temperature screenings and have to sanitize their hands each half inning. Major League Baseball plans to perform thousands of tests on players, coaches, management, and stadium personnel for COVID-19 on a weekly basis. And as we said, showers would not be permitted. However, the temperatures and the hand sanitizing, that'll make an average game 4 hours and 32 minutes.
Yeah, no kidding. And let me ask you this.
Yes.
Hand sanitizing every half inning.
Right.
What about the pitchers? Is anyone going to complain that there's a chance that this could affect?
It's going to be a Dizzy Dean effect.
Right.
Loading up the ball. Get a load of this one. Players not in the lineup.
Thanks for your answer.
I don't know.
How's he supposed to know?
How am I supposed to know that? Players not in the lineup would need to sit in an auxiliary seating at a social distance and not in the dugout.
Yeah.
Well,
that's sort of your answer. How's that?
They're not going to wash their hands every half inning.
Non-playing team personnel would need to wear face coverings also in the dugout.
Not just because of the pitcher. They wear gloves. They don't need to do that.
So they're going to wear the same face coverings the catcher wears, Josh. That way they breathe a little bit.
That's smart, yeah.
Not to mention a stray ball hits them in the face. Forget the virus. Well,
wow.
Whatever they can do to make it work is okay with me.
Yes.
But they have to get the players to agree to it. Which may be tough.
All joking aside. We were joking, right?
Right.
This is going to add. It's got to add time to the games. It's going to have to.
You know,
that's okay.
Better that than no game at all.
Really?
I agree with Tom. Yes. Yes.
All right.
I don't think it's going to add that much time. Those guys all fidget and do all kinds of stuff.
Let's just start
Walking
again.
over and squirting your hand with some sanitized goop.
Come on, it's
would take that
baseball.
long.
We canceled the season before. Let's do it. Let's
No.
just start 2021. It'll be fun.
Idiot. Oh God.
My opinion.
Now they're allowed to. Can they still grab their crotches?
I think so. Your own crotch.
They are allowed to
You
do
can
You
grab
said
your
no
own.
spitting.
Yeah.
So you can still grab the
Oh,
old.
you spit in your hand and do it? Is that how you take care of it?
No.
He said it.
You said there was no spitting. I did.
2 + 2 = 4 in my
What
neighborhood.
Tom is saying, they sort of go together like peanut butter and jelly, grabbing your crotch and spitting.
No spitting, Tom.
Oh, gosh.
And no showers.
No showers either.
They can go back to the luxury hotels that they stay in and take a shower.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
It'll be great, though. I mean, for example, there's no crowds, right?
Right.
So the Astros will be able to hear that trash can beating easily.
Oh, dude, they're going to, no problem.
Well, the Astros are the
interference.
only team to ever do that. That's right. That's the thing I like, that we got a hold of the Astros. The Cardinals never did anything like that.
Okay.
Actually, they got trouble.
Got a new song, ladies and gentlemen.
A new song?
Yeah.
Got a new song. I want you pay attention to this. It's something new from Haywood Banks.
Oh.
Haywood recorded. You were talking to Haywood the other day, Pat. Was he in his?
He was in a bathrobe greasing up his tractor.
What?
Yeah, we talked yesterday.
This is not. This is not some kind of sex term. Haywood was
sounds
actually in his bathrobe, greasing up his track. He lives on a little farm.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sounds like a euphemism
And he's
to
got,
me.
what does he have, 30 plus ducks?
Yeah, he has brand new ducks. Yeah. He
And,
says they're adorable.
So naturally, you need a tractor to take care of them.
His ducks are adorable.
It's got to be loud, huh? 30 ducks.
So the point is, this is a new song Haywood recorded in his woodshed. So
All right.
let's give it a listen and pay close attention.
All right.
Please.
Since I've been in seclusion, I come to this conclusion. The folks with all the phobias seem to have gotten it right. So hooray to the hermit, we can all confirm it. Hey, come out of your cave and say, I told you so. Agoraphobes, koinonophobes, and pathophobes, hey, don't you know, have fear of people, places, and disease. The loners and the various introverts and non-gregarious all must be elated. They're finally vindicated. Well, since I've been sequestered, my thoughts have all been pestered. The way we used to laugh at Michael Jackson's surgical mask. And all you OCDers all deserve 3 cheers. Hey, come out of your cave and say, I told you so. Agoraphobes, koinonophobes, and pathophobes, hey, don't you know, have fear of people, places, and disease. The loners and the various introverts and non-gregarious all must be elated. They're finally vindicated. So I'll be okie dokie, chillin' in the chokey, sloshing in the solitude of social solitaire. If I peek through the curtain, you can be for certain there's gonna be another 6 weeks of social distancing.
Nice.
Excellent.
Great playing.
A little bit of Haywood Banks live from the woodshed.
All right.
Where he's not greasing his tractor while
his
wearing a bathrobe. Hey,
Why not? He can do it. No neighbors.
I guess.
Plus, you don't want to get that grease on your regular clothes. That's
Right.
No.
That'll ruin an
I'd be
outfit.
concerned about getting the belt of your bathrobe caught.
The obi?
Yeah, you can imagine. Well, Haywood Banks' rear end was cut off when his belt got caught as
the obi.
He was
That
slammed
sounds
into
correct and utterly believable. Yes,
It does.
Yeah, it absolutely sounds like it.
Yeah, that's a very Haywood move.
The intro to that sounded like the incidental music in a Ken Burns documentary.
Oh yeah, the Civil War.
Yeah.
We just neared Antietam.
Let's squeeze in another song. This is Bob's new tune about going out and did somebody just cough?
I'm gonna take a risk, leave my house and buy myself some food. I'll wear latex gloves, a new face mask, and a condom, so he's safe too. The lines are long, the shelves are sparse, just as I suspected. One man coughs without a mask, now the whole damn store's infected. One man coughs, now run for cover. One man coughs, stop, drop, and roll. One man coughs, and then another. Adios. Get my ass home. No soaps or wipes to disinfect. This truly is disturbing. I'll wash my hands and drown my fears with fine Kentucky bourbon. No white, no wheat, not a slice of bread, but plenty of hot dog buns. The toilet paper is all sold out. I guess I'll use hot dog buns. Not one sheet of toilet paper. Not one sheet in any class. Not one sheet of Charmin Ultra. Not one sheet to wipe my nose. I'm stuck at home under quarantine, getting worse each passing day. The wife says she'll have sex with me if I stand 6 feet away. In and out. Ain't gonna happen. In and out. Put on the shelf. In and out. No skin a slapping. In and out. All by myself. One man coughs. Now I'm crapping. No TP in any John. In and out. Ain't gonna happen. Adios. My ass is gone.
Little something from Bob, a tribute to getting out there and watching out for those coughing. Be careful while you're out there, please. And we have coming up Allie Breen, comedian, with a little bit of what's going on in the world of dating and that sort of thing.
Love.
We just heard in Holland, the government is actually telling people to get a so-called sex buddy, S-E-K-S.
Yeah.
Sex. Again,
How'd you say that?
Sax.
Sax.
That's my Dutch accent.
Oh, okay.
Sax. I
We are from Dutch.
It just seems so weird for the government to be saying, yes, go get a sex buddy. And again, can you see Nancy Pelosi, Donald Trump walking out hand in hand? We'd like to recommend everyone just get a sex buddy and not go to the bars.
Yeah.
God, that would be fun.
Oh,
Then
it would be amazing.
Then they walk off together.
You gotta agree on that,
arm
right?
in arm.
Yes.
Everybody likes sex. Come
They just
on.
started kissing right
Yeah,
in
but
front
just
of
the fact that the government's going, get a sex buddy. Okay, well, we'll come back. We have some great letters. Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. If you want to get a hold of us, tell us what's going on. And we just got that request in. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got something to say? Send us an email. Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hope you had a great weekend. We're back to a Monday and the Bob and Tom Show. As scheduled, we're here in studio, socially distancing from each other. Of course, Christy Lee in the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom, separated by a glass partition, completely away from the boys. You got Tom in the main room, along with Josh, Chick, Ace running the board, and then Pat Godwin around the corner where fudge is made. And we'll be back with more right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
I'm Chick McGee from the CrazyCockwine.com sports desk, and this is your Bob and Tom sports update. Kevin Harvick, the winner, as NASCAR resumed their Cup schedule following a 10-week layoff caused by the pandemic. Harvick took the lead from Alex Bowman on a late restart and pulled away over the final 30 in front of empty stands at the Darlington Raceway in South Carolina. Rory McIlroy delivered the money shot in the tailor-made driving relief exhibition, raised $5 million for virus relief. With the match down to a closest to the pin contest after regulation, McIlroy barely stayed on the shelf left of the pin, measured at 13 feet, to beat Matthew Wolff's attempt by 5 feet. And New York Giants cornerback DeAndre Baker and Seattle corner Quentin Dunbar have been released from Broward County Jail after surrendering Saturday night on felony charges stemming from that cookout at a Miramar home in Florida. Baker posted a $200,000 bond. Dunbar posts a $100,000 bond. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Why you gotta be such a windbag?
Dear moron.
Oh, I like this already.
You don't reuse a handkerchief like some uncultured swine blowing your nose into it and handing it to someone else. This is my favorite part. If someone gives you a fresh handkerchief because you are perspiring, let's say, you return it laundered ironed, and folded into a square.
Why you gotta be such a windbag?
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
I took you to the airport today. Said you'd be back 2 weeks from today. I came home, I was so lonely and sad. And that's why I'm screwing your sister. That's why I'm screwing your sister. She's got the same laugh. She's got the same nose. Like you, she likes to suck on my toes. Seems so funny, I don't miss you as much now that I've been screwing your sister. Picked you up from your gate today, but you were acting in such a strange way. It was then you put together the pieces, the fun I had with your nieces. They got the same eyes, they've got that same face. Like you, they like to wear that black lace. Seems so funny, I don't miss you as much. How I love your nieces to pieces. Started posing those questions to me, but I didn't want to hurt you, you see. It was then that you were to uncover the orgy we had at your brother's. I screwed your cousin Sue, I mounted Aunt Jean. Boy, I really made your grandmother scream. Seems so funny we don't miss you as much now that I've been screwing your family. That's all.
Hi, this is Bob.
And this is Tom. And this is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Comedy on your computer all day and all night.
Bob and Tom 24/7. Are you a single guy?
I used to be married, but I'm divorced now. Yeah, my marriage wasn't working out. I was driving down the road one day, and my wife ripped the rear view mirror out of the windshield and beat me in the head with it.
What?
You'd have thought nobody had ever made love to her sister. She was just as bad. Yeah. She used to brag, I can count the number of men I've been to bed with on one hand, and then she'd do it too. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
It's strange living back in America, you know. I mean, America.
Those member-only jackets, 7:45 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show. Had like 6 of them.
What?
I don't know where they went.
The members only.
Members only. We had Q95.
Yeah,
we had Q95 members.
Well, I had to get
only
mine.
jackets.
You know, I had to go to the style stall.
Oh yeah.
Remember, the style store for big and tall.
Yeah.
So they had the jacket for men with big members only.
Oh God.
See, now, silly me, I thought for a second he was taking an interest in what I had to say, and he was merely setting up one of his jokes.
No, you said it. I had nothing to do with it.
Happy day.
I'm just sad that only made the local.
Christy Lee has a 5-second forecast. Christy.
Rain, rain, rain. That's your forecast. High near 70.
The
55.
Effing forecast, apparently. Okay, thank you very much, Christy Lee. Now, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Let's see now. I should introduce everybody. Look, God, I'm so confused.
Are you all right?
The other night at dinner, I remember saying to my girls, well, I got a big day tomorrow. It's Thursday. And my 7-year-old goes, no, Dad, tomorrow's Friday.
You're 7.
It gets confusing here. So where am I? Well, we're here. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Let's go around the horn here. Ace Cosby is our engineer and the proprietor of the Ace Cosby joke of the day, which we're seconds away from hearing. Chick McGee has made his home over there, the crazycockwine.com sports desk.
Hey, man.
Through the glass, you talk about social separation. She's in her own room. It's Christy Lee in the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom. This is Tom speaking. That's Josh in the OrangeInsoles.com sidekick chair.
Hi.
Then we go around the corner where the fudge is made, and it's Pat Galvin in a different building. Hi,
Hello,
Pat.
everybody.
I can one-up your story.
What's that?
Saturday morning, I got up. I looked at the clock. It said 4:57. I jumped out of bed.
Oh.
Freaked out. I was getting ready. I ran into the bathroom, and I was getting ready to call Mike Mark, our assistant, to tell him I was not going to make it to do the newscast for the feed, that he was going to have to do it. And I look at my phone. I go, why didn't I set my alarm? And then it dawned on me. Oh, it's Saturday, you idiot.
What a sublime feeling.
Oh, man. Right
But
back
that's the best hour and a half of sleep I had all week.
Yeah.
It's just that for some reason, I don't know why this seems to be happening. It's just so confusing right
It's
now.
Groundhog Day. Every day is the same.
But why is it affected? We're coming to work.
I know, but still,
Weird,
like,
man.
It doesn't affect me as much as other people.
Well, you're
sure.
weird.
No,
that's fair. I think that is fair.
Pat, I heard a strum. That's the signal. You got something? What is going on?
Yeah, this is perfect. A perfect tie-in. How about a tribute to The Cure?
Okay.
I don't care if Monday's here. I've had no job since March this year. Thursday, I'll drink a case of beer. Is it Friday? I'm confused. This day, that day, what day's next? Is it June yet? I'm perplexed. Thursday here and still no check. Oh, it's Friday. Are you sure? It's Saturday. Wait. No, it's Sunday. I should check the date. It's Monday. I can't get this straight. Oh, I don't care if Tuesday's rain, Wednesday's sunny, Thursday same. Every morning's Groundhog Day. Is it Friday? I'm confused.
All right.
Oh, that's great. And what is the name of your singer there?
I don't have one. I wasn't prepared to come up with a joke name, but give me 5 minutes.
I like that guy.
I do too.
Yeah.
Looks like Liza Minnelli now.
Yes. Yeah. A little bit. Yeah.
We have a nice letter here from Jonathan.
Hi, Jonathan.
He's been commuting from Lebanon, Ohio to Nashville, Tennessee to help a friend of his run a store.
Wow.
So it's a 4.5-hour drive.
That's a good friend.
He's on that drive right now. And he is on his way to the banjo store.
Oh. Essential workers.
I'm sorry.
What the hell's wrong with you?
What?
There's a store
he and his
just sells
buddy-
banjos?
It's Nashville.
Okay, yeah,
Of course.
that's fair.
I'd like a guitar, please. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, banjos
We
only.
only have banjos.
He also has the mandolin store.
Yeah?
Oh,
Sure.
couldn't they be in one?
Yeah.
Hey, you know something? I'm trying to read a nice letter from Jonathan, and you
Doesn't make any
jackasses.
sense. So just banjos. That's all. That's all they have anything to do with.
I don't know.
What if you got a ukulele?
Let me Google this thing and see what's going on. He just works at he's helping his buddy out.
And what's it called?
The banjo store.
And then he has the mandolin store,
I just
right?
found the website.
Yeah.
Flute store closed.
It says featured products. There's a picture of a banjo.
Okay, yeah.
Because that's what he sells.
Yeah, I'm looking for a C harmonica. You guys have?
No, we only have banjos. I'm sorry.
What about some drumsticks? I need to
No.
Some tuning pegs here.
All things banjo and banjo accessories.
Banjos, mandolins. They do have mandolins, apparently. Wait a minute.
Okay,
Oh, I guess
good.
I'll take
All
a
in the
band.
same
minute.
store?
Nope, let's switch to the mandolin store.
Oh.
I don't know if it's the same building or not. Man, these are beautiful mandolins.
Wow.
I was trying to think if we have a song that we feature that has a banjo
in it?
Well,
I have to be a
anything
Sean
might-
Morley
yeah,
song.
anything
wouldn't
might-
it?
I found one.
Yeah.
So, anyways, Adam's helping his buddy out. He's on his way to the. Did I say Jonathan?
Yeah, you did say
Yeah.
John.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
sorry.
his
This
name.
is why does it say Adam down here? This is really confusing.
So what's the story here? What?
I
I'm
thought,
going to throw in another name. Robert Smith is who you were thinking of.
from the
right,
Cure.
yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
That was the name of my bottle.
This is either from Jonathan. It says from Jonathan at the top, but then at the bottom it's signed by Adam.
Okay.
So one of these guys is in a car right now, cursing the fact that he ever wrote a letter. So we'd say hi to him in the banjo store in Nashville. I'm sure it's a nice place.
I bet it's
I'd love to go,
wonderful.
yeah.
We don't play banjos.
Well, in Nashville, the best banjo players on earth
Of course.
are all
of course they are.
Yeah, where else would they be?
there.
Well, Steve Martin lives in L.A. He's one. He's one of them.
Now let's.
I bet he has one from the
What
banjo
would you?
store.
I bet he does.
What would you pay for a banjo, Tommy?
Yeah.
A good banjo.
They have a sale on the OME X Resonator.
Yeah.
What is that going for?
$2,500.
$1,329.
Oh, they're all marked down, huh? From $2,500.
Nice. The point is, I thought we'd feature something with
Can
a
I buy it
banjo
for-
on it.
Can we
Now,
buy it for the show?
To Adam and/or Jonathan, whoever wrote this letter, which I think is Adam, this is not going to be the greatest banjo playing you've ever heard.
Okay.
This is from comedian Sean Morey.
Please, dear God.
But it's the spirit of the banjo is incorporated into this. It has the that aura that only a banjo can give. That sort of happy, fun. You don't really hear like a lot of funereal banjo tunes.
No. You
It's
want a
always
new banjo or a
good
pre-owned
times.
banjo?
I don't want a banjo. I want to play some banjo music. Thanks for the letter, and thanks for helping out your friend in this long drive you're doing today. Here we go. This is Sean Morey.
A happy song. It's a world of buns. It's a world of boobs. It's a world of firm, perfect babes and dudes. It's for you. It's for me. It's on cable TV. It's a porn world after all. They show breasts now in almost all the flicks, but the women are mad because they don't show men. From the day you are born, you're bombarded with porn. It's a porn world after all. Everybody, it's a porn world after all. It's a porn world after all. It's a porn world after all. It's a porn world. There's a lot of strange ways to make a buck, but those porno stars, they get paid too much. They would sit on the face of the whole human race. It's a porn world after all.
Nice, happy banjo from Sean Morey, who again just
the raspberries.
The banjo is fun.
Yeah, I love it. I like the banjo.
Although there probably are some sort of funereal banjo tunes.
Sure.
I guess. But it's
lead banjo, Matchbox 20, right?
Huh?
One of their songs, lead banjo.
I'm sure there's a lot of there's the occasional rock song that has a little banjo and a lot of mandolin. And of course, they also own the mandolin store, according to this letter here.
I think
Mandolin Rays.
It's called the Unwell. Unwell banjo.
There you go.
Matchbox 20. Yeah.
All right. Well, coming up, more of your letters, and we have. Speaking of, it's a porn world. We have a weird story about Ron Jeremy.
Is he doing all right?
The aging porn star.
Yeah, he's fine.
He's fine. There's something that they're trying to sort out with Ron.
Gotcha.
Does he still make porno movies? I'm not really familiar. with
I don't know if he still shows up or not.
He probably wishes he did. I don't know.
Okay. Well, we'll find out when we come back what's going on with Ron. And then a very odd story about religious services in the age of the quarantine and some of the modifications that are being done to make them happen.
Oh, okay.
Right.
That involve a squirt gun. When we come back, this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got a comment? Our email is bobandtom@bobandtom.com. More Bob and Tom next. State law.
Bob and Tom 24/7. It's not on air. It's online.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, Mark Allison here with you on a Monday, May 18th, 2020. Can you believe it was like 40 years ago that Mount St. Helens erupted and showered a good portion of the Northwest under ash, especially in parts of Washington and northern Oregon. Very trying times, a lot of deaths at the time, but we made it through. And again, hard to believe. I was just a child at the time, but I remember it like it was yesterday. Mount St. Helens, 40 years ago this week, it erupted. Just a little fact for you on a Monday right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. The Florida Keys will reopen to tourists June 1st, more than 2 months after the island chain closed to visitors to minimize the spread of the coronavirus. The Monroe County Emergency Management reported Sunday checkpoints that barred visitors from coming into the Keys will be removed next month. Also, hotels and other lodging establishments will be allowed to reopen at 50% occupancy. Asian stock markets have risen after the chief U.S. central banker expressed optimism that the American economy might start to recover this year from the coronavirus pandemic. Benchmarks in Shanghai, Tokyo, Hong Kong, and Australia all advanced. And it was one way to maintain social distancing at church. A Roman Catholic priest in the Detroit area has taken his best shot at keeping the congregation from getting too close during the coronavirus. Photos posted on social media by St. Ambrose Church show the priest using a squirt gun to shoot holy water at parishioners on Easter Sunday. The priest wore a mask, face shield, and rubber gloves as further precautions against spreading the virus. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
They say I can't give my grandpa a hug, and quite frankly, I don't want to. Hugging grandpa would need a court order and an exhumation. I've been 6 feet away from my grandparents for a while now. I don't need your insistence. Trust me. I've been keeping my distance.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. Comedy, guests, Bob and Tom exclusives, and it's here on the internet. Bob and Tom 24/7.
They say 3% of the people use 5 to 6% of their brain. 97% use just 3%, and the rest goes down the drain. I will never know which one I am, but I'll bet you my last dime. 99% think we're 3% 100% of the time.
Gotta write that down.
They say 72% of all statistics are made up right there on the spot. 84.4% of people believe them, whether they're accurate statistics or not. Now, I will never know what you believe, but I do know there's no doubt I need another double shot of something 90 proof. This is too much to think about. It's too much to think about. Too much to figure out. Stuck between hope and doubt with too much to think about. They say 92% of everything you learned in high school was bullcrap that you will never need. 82% of everything you got, you bought just to satisfy your greed. Because 94% of the entire population links possessions to success, even though 80% of the wealthiest 1% of the population drinks to an alarming extent. It's too much to think about, too much to figure out. Stuck between hope and doubt, I've got too much to think about. 82% of all statisticians truly hate their freaking jobs. The average bank robber lives within, say, about 20 miles of the bank he robs. There's this little bank not far from here I've had my eyes on now for a while.
801 at Q95, it's the Bob and Tom Show.
Christy Lee has the forecast.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by the CarX Man. Cloudy with rain today, off and on, high 70. Rain overnight, 57. Another rainy day tomorrow with a high of 65. 55 currently.
Thank you very much, Christy Lee. Now we got a lot to get to, including a visit with the lovely Jess Hooker coming up, the lovely Allie Breen coming up, and the Civil War reenactor-looking Reno Collier coming up. Right now, I want to remind you, what was it? It was almost 80 degrees a couple of weeks ago. Then it was 28.
Yep.
Last weekend,
and now apparently it's not going to stop raining.
So that's where the plumbing part comes in.
Mm-hmm.
My buddy Jeff Chapman Heating and Air Conditioning and Plumbing. You want to make sure your sump pump is sumping,
It's
whatever it is
really
those
sumping.
things do. Because if it's not, if you've ever walked down your basement, and I have, and you see your kids' toys floating in 6 inches of water, yeah, you don't want that to happen. HVAC units also, they're confused. Is it hot? Is it cold? I don't know. Get all that stuff looked at. It's very important. Get those filters checked, especially now with all these issues with air. You want that air properly circulating. Jeff Chapman is the man for all seasons, and Jeff is also helping us out with a special Free Gas Friday Thursday edition this week. Chapman Heating, Plumbing, Air Conditioning, etc., etc., etc. ChapmanHeating.com. Now, let's get back to the action, shall we? Let's do it by... Wait a second, I'm completely distracted. Okay, if you look at if you happen to be watching on YouTube, Jess Hooker looks like she has the top of her head. There's like a weird crown coming out of it. Like
she's wearing a beanie.
It's
her ceiling fan.
Oh, it's her ceiling fan.
Because
okay.
she's a princess.
Hey, can you turn that on? It'll make it even funnier.
It's sort of kind of a statue
like one of those beanie hats.
Yes,
spins
yes.
on top.
That's a good color on you, Jess.
Thank you.
What do you got there? Cobalt blue? Is that cobalt?
Yes.
That's cobalt?
Yes, I do.
This is very nice, very nice.
That's your cobalt.
That's your cobalt.
Speaking of color,
here's a
Josh Arnold is turning red over there.
Commentary.
Why are you all red over there? Did you get some sun over the weekend?
Maybe. I don't know. Did I turn red?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. Kind of scarlet.
You hot? You horny?
You should be turning orange. It would be a lot better for the show. The OrangeInsoles.com sidekick chair. Do what the president does. Get that orange hue. I don't know how he does it. The OrangeInsoles.com sidekick chair with Josh Arnold. There's Chick McGee across the way at the CrazyCockWine.com sports
That's
desk.
right. Chick's the afterthought. CrazyCockWine.com sports desk.
Mm-hmm. And then Christy Lee's in the glass behind the glass over there. She's, of course, at the Navy Federal Credit Union news desk in the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom. And if the phone rings, it'll be the track phone hotline. And let's see. Oh, there's Pat Godwin in the around the corner of the Fudge's Made Studios.
Hello.
You got your guitar, Pat? You can do a song for us coming up in a second. Looking forward to that, certainly.
Are you guys, is your cameras backwards? Like if you reach out with one hand, is the other hand?
Yes.
Because I was on I was on our buddy Ian Baggs podcast Friday night, and I was totally backwards, and it threw me.
What do you mean it's backwards?
Like
well, we see now. I see myself the way people see me, and I'm like, ugh, I don't like that.
Like if I reached out with my right hand to my right, it went to the left or something.
Oh, I got you.
You're
Okay.
switched around when you're on on this Zoom.
So
thing.
it's mirror technology.
No,
it's the opposite of mirror.
No, it's the opposite of mirror technology.
Yeah.
People are seeing you the way you're seeing yourself.
Okay, so for example, when we look at Godwin, we can see the Bob and Tom Show logo behind him, and we read it correctly.
Right. He doesn't.
When you look at it, do you see it?
When I see it, it's correct.
Yes, but if you were looking in a mirror, it would be backwards.
Well, I just went to grab for the guitar because it's right there on my screen.
Right.
And you see what happens.
Yes.
This cuts my time down to a half a second mistake-wise.
My goal on the show has always been not to make any sense at all, just blurt things out for the entire morning.
And you've succeeded.
Thank you very much.
Logic be damned.
You're darn right.
By the way, I'm sorry that you're just joining us now, Jess. You missed Chick's 20-minute dive into what kind of banjo to buy.
You're buying a banjo?
No, I'm not buying a banjo.
No, we got a nice letter from a guy who's helping out his...
buying a banjo.
Got a guy named Adam who's driving to the banjo store in Nashville, helping out his buddy.
Okay.
I think it'd be hard to learn the banjo by yourself.
Yeah,
I think that would be the only way to learn the banjo.
I am legitimately now the owner of a banjo.
Is that right?
Yeah, I need to get it in here and see if...
How did that happen?
My dad died.
Oh.
Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen.
So I took his banjo.
The amazing, we need some sound, Nino. The amazing Pat Godwin. Ladies and
Never
gentlemen.
ask a question you don't know the answer to.
Here we go.
Totally knew the answer.
Do it
I knew
again.
the answer,
No,
and that's
do it
why I
again.
knew not to ask.
Pat, go ahead. Do it again.
Josh, why'd you buy a banjo? Why do you have a banjo?
Wait, no, yes, we've already ruined it. Try wording it correctly. Go ahead.
Josh, why do you have a banjo?
My dad died, and so I took his banjo. Trust me, there's no one laughing harder than my dad right now.
If he were able to laugh, but he can't because he's dead.
He's laughing.
Okay.
I'd like to think he's somewhere.
I'd like to think he's laughing in heaven. Thank you. Yes.
That's what I would
Yikes. Well,
but anyway, I'm excited about it. But it's going to be impossible for me to learn it.
I would think.
So
it
how'd you
looks
come by
awesome.
that how'd you come by that banjo again, Josh?
Well, my dad died, and it was just laying there. So I thought, well, instead of throwing it away, maybe I'll go ahead and take it.
Did your dad play?
He did when he was younger, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I thought he did when he was alive.
That's the joke.
There you go, Josh.
Yeah, I should have said that.
Okay, well. Yeah, learning the banjo. I don't know. Dean would know if it's harder to learn to play banjo than guitar.
That's how I got a pool table. My mom
Is it?
died. Yeah.
actually played pool.
And you got the insurance money and then bought a pool table?
With my head.
Let's go around the horn. Christy, your dad croaks. What'd you get?
Only child, corner pocket. Oh, never mind.
I didn't get much. I have a couple of, I got some stories he wrote that are great. Yeah.
Oh, Pat, I know the answer to this one.
What?
Your dad died. What'd you get?
Little jar of ashes.
Well, I have that.
Am I correct in saying you split the ashes among the family?
6 ways, yeah.
Anybody else?
Could you turn that music off?
When your dad died,
That's not a
did your
banjo,
mom
you
look at and
jackass.
go, Where's my money? Okay.
I kept some of my dad's ashes, and then we spread the rest of them.
No, but I mean, is it common? Does a funeral home take the ashes and divvy them out like little shot glasses?
Yeah, well, they come in
You
like
say
a
how
little...
many you want? So like ordering donuts?
You can, yes, and you can get personalized tiny little urns. Like mine's in the shape of a heart, so it's small, holds a very small amount. I mean, it
Can you get them in the
changes
shape of an ashtray?
Oh, God,
Hey, it
Tom.
looks like Dad's putting on weight.
Or a salt and pepper shaker.
Never
Dad's
mind.
putting on weight. You
You know
see,
the
as
old
the
joke.
ashes accumulate.
Yes, of course.
So this all starts with Adam trying to write us a nice letter. He's driving. He's probably somewhere in, where would he be now? Would he be in Kentucky or
I don't know.
Tennessee?
Let's try to figure that
Where was he
out.
headed?
What hour did he leave?
He was going from Ohio to Nashville,
Yeah,
you
how
jackass,
fast?
for the
How
10th
fast
time.
was he
How
going?
fast? What time did
Did he make
leave?
any stops?
Do
Did
we
he get
need-
lost?
Okay, I think I may have his phone number here. We don't have to call.
That'd be funny.
I'm not sure if this is his actual phone
Talk
number.
to some lunatic.
You're not even sure
going
if
to the banjo
Adam is his
store.
name.
What's wrong with you?
His name could be
Jonathan,
His
you
name
said.
could be Bingo.
Bingo the banjo player?
There was a driver had a banjo, and Bingo was his name.
This is just getting silly.
B-A-N-J-O.
Well, see, because the heading says it's
Bango?
from Jonathan,
All right.
and then at the bottom it's signed Adam, and he's commuting to the banjo store in Nashville. I'm sure it's a great store. There's also a mandolin store, but that may be, I don't know if it's next door or a different building or what.
When Reno's on, we should ask him to go to the banjo store.
There you go.
So we'll talk with Reno Collier later
You could
today.
do a report for us.
There are a couple famous comedians that play the banjo.
Why don't we
the
have
great Steve Martin.
Reno drive to the banjo store and see who gets there first?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, Murfreesboro, that's a good 30 miles away.
Where he lives now.
This is confusing because you've got your Central Time.
You know why it's confusing?
You've got your Eastern
You know why?
Time.
You know why it is confusing?
Why?
Because you're involved in it somehow. That's how it got confusing.
No, he wrote Jonathan at the top and Adam at the bottom. I just think it's nice he's helping his friend with the banjo store. That's all.
That is nice, yes.
Okay,
Maybe
very
his
good.
friend is Jonathan and his name is Adam.
Did he say when they opened?
I think they open at 9 o'clock.
What
What
I
are we
mean,
talking
Would
about?
someone wake up and
Josh,
listen
it's
to
a
what
band.
we're saying? It's a guy going to help a banjo guy. What do you?
He's driving 4.5 hours to help his buddy.
Good for him.
God.
Do what again?
Let's check in with Christy Lee.
Josh, do you have a banjo?
I do, yeah.
How'd you get it?
I also got some old shirts.
This is Daddy Died music.
That was the day his daddy died.
Oh,
yeah, I'm behind you all the way.
That's the that must be the import. First time I heard that.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Where were we? I've lost my place.
We were headed to the Navy.
I wanted to mention that.
So help me
Thank you,
God, if you
Josh.
say banjo, I'm coming over there and rubbing my face all on your hands.
Banjo is this week's Eagles, isn't it?
Yep. Yep.
I haven't said
It's
the E
just
word.
begun.
Buckle up.
You got eagles out where you live, Jess?
No, Hawks. No Eagles. Yeah, we have
Okay.
no.
We have plenty of.
We need some pictures of some hawks when you get a chance.
Now,
Okay.
I want to remind you that the Bob and Tom store, all of the stuff we're selling, we're giving the money away to a program that's helping feed some folks that are having some issues right now with all this confusion happening. So it's called Feeding America. Anything you buy, that money's going to go to Feeding America. So we'll try to clean out the store, the Bob and Tom store, bobandtomstore.com. We got hats and shirts, etc.
This banjo incident is going to turn into it. I can feel it happening. It's turning into this week's Eagle.
Yeah.
People are going to start emailing, hey, I know where the banjo store is.
I'm sure it's.
I used to work.
The
at the
address
banjo
is
store.
online.
We'll get pictures of people with their banjos.
We'll get
I'd
pictures.
love
Yes.
Why don't we bring like 5 or 6? Dean can play the banjo. Get some of his banjo
That's
buddies.
what I'm thinking will
We
teach
can't
me
bring
how to
anybody in the building. The building's on lockdown.
They can stand outside.
In the rain.
Yeah.
We have a
Let's see if we
porch.
can break a world record.
We have a porch.
Banjo players in the
Covered.
parking
Yes.
lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's not.
How
Shall
many
we?
banjos?
It can't be more than like 5.
Yeah. The world record's got to be fairly low.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm looking it up. I bet it exists.
The world record for the most people playing banjo.
Yeah. Yep.
No, I'm sorry I brought
The
it
theme
up.
from Deliverance.
Maybe we can
I was
have
going to
that.
say,
in
what
the-
song would they play?
Maybe we can have that in the world record for the most people being napalmed at the same time and kill
hold
2
on.
birds. As they
Josh,
say.
did you say you have a banjo?
I do.
Yes,
yeah. I
You
got a
do?
banjo. Yeah.
How did you get a hold of a banjo?
My dad passed away, so I took it. Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Have you ever played it?
No, it's far too emotional.
Just looking at the case kills him.
No, yes, the answer is yes. I had no idea how heavy banjos were. It's a heavy banjo.
It is heavy, man.
Yeah, but I'll tell you,
It's a heavy thing you're going through. dude.
there's no better sound, Josh, than when a banjo hits an accordion in a dumpster.
The classics.
A little goes a long way with banjo. You got to be really good
Oh, yeah.
to make it work. So,
Yes.
well, I'm trying to think of what famous rock songs have a little banjo.
I think they win as the
I think I got one.
instrument that sounds the best when someone knows what they're doing, and the worst if you don't. I think banjos.
Absolutely true.
that or violin.
Yeah. Violin
You got to
can
be
rough.
great at violin.
Yeah.
You can-
tuning.
you
Or
can't just
Asian.
be-
Right.
Thanks for being a racist and bringing that up. Here we go.
Great on the violin.
Yes, it's all because of their race. Thank you, you incredible jackass. Here we go. See if you recognize this song.
The Who.
Yeah, squeeze
That's
box.
not the name of the song.
Oh, Squeeze Box.
Mama has a
Squeeze box is an
squeeze box.
accordion, right?
Yes.
The name of the song Squeeze Box didn't have anything to do with a mom or a dad.
Daddy couldn't sleep at night.
Yeah, because mom's got a squeeze box. She wears it on her chest.
Squeeze box she wears on her chest.
By her
So,
boobs.
so far, there's no squeeze box.
No.
If it's on her
I thought we
chest,
were looking
she's-
for a banjo, not an accordion.
I
You
think
know
we.
something?
I think we
everybody knows that the first step to banjo is accordion.
I remember
Could
us
someone turn the girl
talking
off.
about this. Mama must have been in some horrible accident for the squeeze box to be on her chest.
Possibly the worst break of this show ever.
Do you guys know? I actually have a Squeeze Box now.
Oh, is that- oh,
How'd you get
how
it?
do you get a squeeze?
My grandma died. Took it off her chest. She wore it all. That's how she died. She swam with it.
Dragged her right down.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh, my God.
Okay, well.
I can't help but notice this all started when Jess joined the show. It seems
I had
to me.
nothing. No, it was Pat. Pat started it.
No, all I said was you missed the banjo hunk from Adam or Jonathan or whoever the hell.
What's his name?
Here, there's a sale at the banjo store today. Mention the Bob and Tom show and pay the regular price. You know something? Let's just move on.
Okay.
When we come back, we're going to talk with Allie Breen about sex
That'll help.
and stuff and what's happening in the world of New York. But first,
Sex with a banjo.
Oh.
just let that sit there for a while.
Give it some air. Let her breathe. Let her breathe.
Good luck with that.
Marilyn Chambers and Earl Scruggs.
Sex with a band.
Foggy Mountain Breakdown.
Yeah, well, as soon as you hear that, well, you know what kind of love it's going to be. Earl Scruggs and Backdoor
It's kind of
Love.
a killer, isn't it, for most
Kind
guys?
of love it's gonna be.
This is a little tune we call "Get Them Panties Down." You may recall this from the movie. No, it's a time of change right now. Let's sober up for just a second. Coming up, we have dinosaur bones in the news.
In the nude, they're also nude.
Naked dinosaurs.
Can't get any more naked than bones, I don't think.
We have the weirdest tear gas news you'll ever hear, and squirt guns in church. But first, during this time of change, we want to remind you, ZipRecruiter's focus has not changed. In fact, they're helping people all the time. If you're looking for a job, ZipRecruiter is working with you to find the right job faster. If you have jobs available, ZipRecruiter is the way to go. They go through lots and lots and lots of resumes, finding people you need. And right now, everything is changing so rapidly that there's a lot of folks that need jobs and a lot of jobs that need to be filled, and you got to get matched up. That's where ZipRecruiter comes in. If you're actively hiring, ZipRecruiter will invite candidates to apply for your most urgent roles immediately. They make it faster and easier to reach people you need. So connect with those people who need jobs and companies that need people. ZipRecruiter, working for all of us to keep moving forward. Let's work together ZipRecruiter.com/work together for more information. If you're looking or if you need something, ZipRecruiter.com/work together for more information so we can move forward. And we've just started, and let's keep going. Now, when we come back, we're going to talk with the lovely Allie Breen. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Comedy via your computer. Bob and Tom 24/7.
This is Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Rolling through a Monday. It's May 18th. I'm Mark Allison. It's the laughter after the Bob and Tom Show. What are you talking about? Well, it's Bob and Tom's work farce. All the fun without really that much effort. Ace Cosby. That's right. Joke of the day. That guy, Ace Cosby, your host. Keep your smile going all day and keep your family guessing what you're up to as you listen to Bob and Tom 24/7, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We ask nothing less. More of the show coming up.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union Entertainment News Desk. Keith Urban played a secret concert Thursday night at a drive-in outside Nashville where about 200 medical workers from Vanderbilt Health. He played on a flatbed truck in front of about 125 cars with the help of 2 band members, one of whom played recorded tracks in absence of a full band. Urban joked it was kind of like glorified karaoke. Urban asked the healthcare workers to send him selfies, which he put on the movie screen behind him. Fred Willard, the comedic actor, died over the weekend at the age of 86. His work kept audiences entertained for more than 50 years on TV and in the movies, starring in films like This is Spinal Tap, Best in Show, and Anchorman. And Phyllis George is being remembered as a former beauty queen who became a pioneer as a female sportscaster and the First Lady of Kentucky. A representative for the family says George died this past Thursday in Lexington. She was 70. She apparently had suffered for a long time with a blood disorder. And that's your entertainment news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
My workday's done. Go grab a shower. Let's hit the pub. It's happy hour. If we get bombed, who gives a damn? I'm not as drunk as you think I am. Those chicks right there don't look too good, but 3 more beers, I guess I would. It's either them or my right hand. I'm not as think as you drunk I am. So buy another round. We'll sit right here and drink them down. Get everyone another beer. You'll have to kick us out of here. Say, are you girls waiting on your friends? What did you say? You're lesbians. Bartender, cancel those 2 drinks. I'm not as in as you drunk, I think. This beer is moving like a train. I think my lizard needs a drain. But first I'll have a double shot. I'm drunk, you think, as you am is not. So buy another round. We'll sit right here and drink them down. Get everyone another beer. You'll have to kick us out of here. This bathroom's nice as it can be. It's got 4 walls. I've puked on 3. Oops, here comes more. I'll use the sink. I'm not as thrunk as you am, I dink. I put that bouncer right in his place. I smacked his elbow with my face. He's lucky that It's close.
Howdy, 822 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show. Here's Christy with the weather forecast.
Thank you, Chick. Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. A rainy day today. Look for a high of 70. Rain again overnight, low 57. And then rain again tomorrow with a high of 65. We have some nice showers out there right now, 57 degrees.
It is really coming down here on the northeast side. On Fall Creek, man.
Okay, well,
Heavy,
it's good
heavy
'cause,
down.
I cleaned up my garage, and there was plenty of lumber for the Ark.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and it was really nice meeting the people in the rice paddy out in front of my place. I'm a big rice fan.
Don't play Russian roulette with them if they ask.
Oh, boy.
Okay. Okay. Good to know. Thank you very much. No. We're missing Josh. He'll be here momentarily.
He's
I'm out of breath. I just
having a
sprinted from the
squirt,
other
I
room.
think. Did you go all the way over there and urinate and come back in 40 seconds?
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, I didn't zip up though, so.
Oh.
I thought I
Did you
noticed.
wash?
Noticed something.
Did what now?
You washed, though, right?
Hand sanitized.
Oh,
Thank you
okay.
very much.
All right.
That's
Now,
what takes time, is washing your hands.
I know,
man.
right?
We got a lot to get to here. Coming up, we're going to have. There we got a bunch of ladies on the screen. This is great. Now,
Thank you.
welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. I hope you're just joining us, because that way you wouldn't have heard the last segment of the show,
Yeah,
which will go down in history
Well,
as
if
possibly the worst.
But if you're
ever.
just joining us, you've got to tell everybody about what's known as the banjo incident.
Well, we'll have to visit that in just a second. I've got to do some introductions. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Today is the 18th of May, 2020. The quarantine continues. A little bit of loosening up. Congratulations to NASCAR for opening that door. Let's hope we can get some more stuff up and running. Just be careful out there. Just make sure you wash your hands, et cetera, et cetera. And now, I look to my left and I see two big screens. Allie Breen looks like she's having a mugshot. Allie, smile, please. You look like you're having a mugshot. There we go. You look like you're having a mugshot taken.
I know.
And then
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see Jessica, but it looks like she's got one of those beanies with a spinner on the top. Jess Hooker is in her house, and there's a. Maybe you should turn the fan on.
That's a cool fan.
I'll do that at the next break.
Do you know which way? Do you know which way you make it go?
Oh, God.
No, I don't.
I think it's
counterclockwise in the spring.
No. In the summer, it's one direction. In the winter, it's a different.
Well, we're saying
You want it pushing. You want it pushing the air down in the summer.
You do?
Right.
Yes.
I didn't know there was a rule about that.
And then
Yeah.
recirculating
Yes.
in the
Absolutely.
Push the air up.
No, you push it down in the summer.
Okay.
Which way do you
No.
play
No,
a
you
banjo, though? Left or
Hot
right?
air rises.
Hot air rises. So why would you push it back
Yeah.
down? That doesn't
Yeah.
make sense.
No,
Because it
don't to keep
circulates.
it. Yeah.
In the winter, you want the hot air from
Hey, look,
above
if you're
coming
trying,
down.
if we're going to have a fan thing, a direction of fan break, this could possibly be worse than the famous banjo break that people are already writing about.
All right.
People can't get enough of the banjo break.
Now, we got
If you've
talking
got a
about
banjo,
banjos
you need to
because
call us so
we got a
can
nice letter. I'll talk to you, Allie. Allie Breen joins us from New York
play
City.
for us.
Yes.
Hi, Allie. It's good to see you. We got a letter from a guy whose name I think is Adam, who is commuting from Lebanon, Ohio to Nashville, Tennessee to help his friend run a place called the Banjo Store.
You don't even know what his name
Oh.
is.
Well, that's because there's two different headings on this. I don't know if who I don't know why it says Jonathan or Adam. The point being,
Oh, boy.
Making me drink.
it's we got talking about banjos, and then Pat Godwin. What did you say? Because Josh, you said you have a banjo.
I do, yeah. I have a new banjo.
Go ahead, Pat. What'd you say?
I said, how'd you get a banjo?
My dad died, and so I took his because he's.
Notice that sucked all the life out of the show.
Oh.
Yeah. Not the worst mistake that's ever happened on this show.
No.
Well, certainly not. No.
Did you want
But
to hear
the
the worst?
accusatory voice that
I've got
Godwin had
Oh, boy.
even
I've got
added to the whole.
I've got a couple guesses what the worst things happened at the show.
Yeah, we had a guy that was he would win a lot, win contests a lot, and he pointed out that he was blind.
Oh, my God.
And because we'd have the winners on the air.
I can't believe you're telling
I
this
can't
story.
either.
Well,
I want to hear it.
Yeah,
You
finish.
do. You
this
do
is
want to hear
this is sort of like
Yeah.
the Kevin Meaney story. If that gives a little bit of a hint. This guy was very friendly, and he had won a number of times, and he would always mention the fact that he was blind, and as a blind person, he enjoyed the show because we would have various sound effects and do a lot of sort of theater of the mind. Like that. And I made the mistake one time of asking him, He mentioned something about when he could see.
Oh, my God.
So I broke the rule.
Now, if you tell this, you need to tell the whole thing. Don't edit it.
Okay.
Just lay it out there, Daddy.
Uncensored.
So I made the mistake of saying, "Oh, you were able to see at one point. What happened?" Now that was my mistake.
Yeah.
In retrospect,
how would you? Yeah.
And then,
well, what happened?
Well, he explained that he had blinded himself with an ice pick.
Oh.
Some sort
of.
Now, he said it in the same tone as Tom just said it.
I blinded myself with an ice pick.
Yeah.
That's exactly.
And there's really no recovering from that.
No,
sitting
there's
here-
nowhere to go.
I mean, did you say, well, why'd you do that?
No.
I think he learned his lesson, Josh.
Yeah.
And that was the day that we came up with the rule, let's never ask anyone questions.
Yeah, we don't
How
know the
did no
answer
one
to.
say, "Dear God," after you said that?
Yeah.
Well, I think I thought my initial was that he was kidding.
No.
But
Right.
then as the uncomfortable silence grew,
Yeah.
you could tell he was serious.
So it's just like when Pat Godwin said to Josh, "Oh, how come you have a banjo?" And Josh said, "Oh, my dad died, and that's when I got it." Did your dad leave it to you in his will, or did you just kind of go to the apartment and say, "I'll take that"?
No, I was there, and one of my brothers goes, "Hey, do you want the banjo?" I go, "Yeah, I'll take the banjo."
Okay, so he didn't.
Did your dad play the banjo often?
He did when he was younger.
Oh.
Yeah, not much when he was older.
Yeah, he was real sick right there at the end.
Oh, jeez. Can
See,
we
now-
talk to Allie now?
See what just happened?
There you go, Allie.
Admittedly, if you're not,
Do you notice Jess isn't in there because she knows how this goes?
I thought you were going to turn the fan on.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get up and do it.
Boy, this is hauntingly familiar. Turn the fan on.
So the point is, I think that if you're a beginning banjo player, it's actually good because it's good for social distancing.
Sure. There's that.
I'd love to learn how to play. I just think it's going to be quite a battle.
At the beginning, it'll be rough.
Yeah.
You want your fan going counterclockwise.
Okay, if you're not watching on YouTube, you at least need to get up and watch YouTube to see the beanie spinning on the top of Jess's head.
Yeah, so there you go. Line your head
That
up.
is pretty great.
Line the head up. Yep.
Yeah. You got it right. You got it right.
Oh, you have a remote control for your fan.
Yeah.
Ooh, fancy.
An aristocrat.
Nice.
Look at that.
Okay. Now, Allie Breen joins us. Allie is a comedian, and she is currently. You're at a friend's house or a friend's apartment, right?
I'm at my friend's apartment, yes. And they just started construction outside this apartment.
No, because the reason you're there is because of the cacophonous construction at your place.
Well,
Yes, exactly.
let's get
so
right
you might
to
hear
it.
that throughout.
We have some letters. We're trying to help you with your love life. What have we got?
Dear Allie, I've been quarantined in my condo alone for almost 2 months, and I only really see my neighbors. Across the hall, there's a couple that I'm friendly with, and his wife goes to work every day while he stays home. I ran into him in the hall the other day. He invited me in for a drink, and one thing led to another. We ended up having sex.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Now,
one thing led to another.
Is that? No, I wish these were like. I wish these were like Ann Landers, where at the end you go, "Dear Round Heels."
Well, wait a minute. Is it a boy or a girl neighbor? I mean,
this is a girl
From a
writing a
girl.
letter and
Okay.
a guy neighbor.
Okay.
And she says, now I just want it again. Do I go knock on his door after I see his wife leave, or is that too desperate?
Oh, my
Not
God.
So it's not that I feel bad. I helped him
Nothing.
cheat
No,
on
no,
his
no.
wife. I want it again.
Yes. Once again, I say, "Dear Round Heels."
No one's getting that.
And this woman is single?
Sophisticated people get it, chick. People. that-
She must be single. She's alone
Let
for
me
the
ask-
quarantine.
Do you know what round heels means, Jess?
Yeah, I do because of you.
Thank you. Do you know what it means, Allie?
No, I don't think I do.
It's
I
a-
mean, I get the context.
It's a
but-
World War II era phrase used to describe a woman of easy virtue. In other words, her heels are round, so she goes down, if
Tip
you
her
will.
back easily.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought it was like a round in the air reference. or
No.
something.
And imagine if your heels were shaved off, you would be on your
Oh,
back. You'd be on your back quickly.
Allie had the feet waving around in the air. I think is what
Yeah.
Allie had.
Well, first
doing circles.
yeah,
I mean,
first
I don't
the
know
ass
what
hits
that
the mattress, then the legs are up. I think if you want to go through the whole.
Tommy Griswold.
I still prefer that to shaving off my heels.
Well, it's
That's horrific.
What do you guys? Do you guys think cheating once is as? If she keeps banging this dude,
Yeah.
I mean, isn't it already bad? So they may as well just keep being bad.
May as well knock it out.
Or do you think?
So in other words, if you've murdered one person, you might as well just go for it because you're already going to hell.
Yeah, there you go.
You might as well go on a spree. You're going to jail either way.
No.
So she wants.
Especially once you're getting life. You might as well, if you're getting life already.
She said one
Wrap 'em
thing
up.
led to another, right?
Yes.
And then she wants it to lead to another, and then another, and
Right.
then another. That's,
Yeah, she's.
okay.
And I'm
I
sure
think
he'd
it
be
is
down.
worse to continue it though, because then it becomes emotional.
Yeah.
If it's once, you can be like, "Oh, we were just quarantined and crazy," and if it's over and over, it's like, "All right, I like this person."
I'm more
which is more
concerned
hurtful.
She used the language, now I want it again. That's pretty bold.
I think no matter
Yeah.
what we say, she's going to go back.
She's going back. Absolutely. And he
Well, I
will
think
open
that's
the door.
clear. I think she's trying to figure out how to go back, whether she's trying to run into him again or just blatantly knock on the door, like, "I want it again."
Can I borrow a cup of sugar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I borrow a cup of peanut sugar?
Can I borrow?
Can
a
I
penis
borrow
of
a?
sugar?
Can I borrow a full condom? I brought this condom. Can you fill it up for me?
Oh, jeez.
I'm making a slow gin fizz.
Well, also, I think Chris Rock has always said it. If you have an affair, you're going to get caught.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Oh well.
Sooner
He's
or
the
Especially-
one. Okay, well,
And you
doesn't
should
sound
know.
like it took a lot of work to get this done.
No.
No.
How did it happen
Yeah.
in the beginning? Did he knock on her door? What happened?
No.
Ran into each other in the hallway. He asked if she wanted to come in for a drink.
Well, see, what's that all about?
He wanted it. He wanted to cheat on his
Obviously, that's what he was
Yeah.
interested in.
Sure.
Yeah.
He'd noticed her, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it sounds like this is happening again.
I think so.
So let me ask you this. Who, in the voice of Tom Griswold, who is this? Who treats this the light? Who? I think I say the guy treats this like, oh, this doesn't mean anything. This is fine.
Oh, absolutely.
What the hell ever?
Oh,
right?
for sure.
Don't you think?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
this isn't his first go round.
Nope.
Right.
It's not.
Yeah. He's
And then
Or
she'll
hers,
get
I
attached.
Yeah, and I
Is that
don't
what
think
you're
it
saying? Yeah.
can't be hers either, right? It can't
No.
be her first, right?
It could be. Why not?
You
If
think?
this were a soap opera, it would have taken a year. This sounds like it took 5 minutes.
That doesn't necessarily mean
Bless you.
she might be of easy virtue, but it doesn't necessarily mean that she's been with a married man before.
And now we're splitting hairs. Speaking of
But
splitting
it doesn't
hairs.
sound like it bothers her in the least, which would indicate maybe.
Okay, well, let's move on. What was the TV show? Sluts in the Hall? What was it called?
Kids in the Hall.
Kids in the Hall.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sluts in the Hall.
I'm sorry. Back to you, Allie. What do you got?
They'll remake a female version called Sluts in the Hall soon. Dear Allie, I just found out my girlfriend is on a website called, I don't know if I should say the name, but it's a website where she sells naked pictures of herself. She says it's just for money and there's no emotion. So
Right.
when I asked her to stop, she said she won't do it. Should I just walk away?
This is something Josh knows a lot about. Right? Didn't your friend do this?
A girlfriend at the time. Yeah, she did this. Yeah.
And she made a ton of money?
A ton of money and got gifts and Amazon. I mean, things from Amazon. It was nuts. And I don't understand why every woman is not doing it. Because I am on her side on this. There's no emotion. She's just making some money. Who cares?
Man, that's a tough one.
He's the one that gets to actually be with her. These guys just have to look at photos.
You're okay with other people seeing your gal naked?
Absolutely.
See, you'd be in
I
line
insist
at
on
the movie theater, and some guy walks up and says, "Hey, by the way, last night you and I had a great time. You weren't there."
Fine. Because even when I was dating that girl, I even got some. She was like, "Do you need anything?" Well, yeah, ask for this. And I got it.
Like a canoe or something?
It was amazing.
So she'd go online and go, "Hey, look, I
really need this.
She would post her Amazon wish list.
I need some size 12 men's bowling shoes."
Exactly. Yeah.
And this cologne sampler. I'd like some of that.
Man, it was awesome.
Okay, well,
Wait, but she never had to have an emotional, they never wanted to talk to her. It was all strictly photos?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I would think it would try to lead. I would think they would try to get more out
Well, there
of
may have been a guy or two who's like, "Hey, I want to hook up," and she would just be like, "Are you kidding me?" No, and then block them or whatever because there were plenty of.
Well,
others.
I've got $50,000. Then she'd go, "Well, let's talk."
And I would go, "You two should talk." You know where we could go with 50 grand?
I have a condom I'd like you to fill. Could we get one more letter, please, Allie?
Dear Allie, my girlfriend constantly wants shoulder massages and foot rubs, and I absolutely hate it. Before I could send her somewhere like a spa or a salon, but now it's like she thinks I work for her. How do I get this to stop without sounding like a complete jerk?
Oh, you just tell her you don't feel comfortable doing it. I don't like it.
Yeah, it's too much.
I mean, it's that's a communication problem.
By the time you get to the phrase, I feel like I work for her, it's
Yes.
too late. Believe me.
So we have to break up. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. If you feel like your worst job in your life is it starts when you get home.
Maybe put a little effort into it.
That's kind of where I'm at. I'm
Come
sure
on.
she's doing things for you that she doesn't necessarily love doing. Give her a foot
rub
massage.
some shoulders.
And if her feet smell, tell her to wash them and then come back and you'll rub them.
You know, this guy's whipping out some kind of weird strap on, and he doesn't want to give her a foot rub. I say, come on, buddy. Put a little effort into it. Allie, that's today's show. Can you call later this week so we can actually get a little more stuff in? It's so funny seeing you. It's like you're doing stand-up. You're in front of that brick wall. It's so funny.
I know. That's what I feel like. Except that I have my puppy just woke up face.
great.
I never can wake up in time.
A German schmear, as they call it.
Now,
whitewash the brick.
Now, you can reach Allie.
It's
ALLIBREEN, Allie Breen. You can reach her on all social media. Write her a letter.
Yes.
We'll try to help you with your love life. Thank you very much, Allie.
Bye, Allie.
Yes, good talking to you guys.
Yes,
Thank
you
you.
too.
Stay safe out there.
Coming up, we'll get another point of view. My son Willie's going to call from Chicago, see what's going on there. Now, I want to remind you of a number of things. Have you heard about this this thing from the FBI? All these complaints about there's so much stuff going on in the world of cybercrime, especially now with all of this coronavirus stuff. All these weird schemes out there. We were talking about one last week where it looks like you're getting this letter from Netflix. And it isn't. And you just got to be very, very, very careful. Anything you open up, because they can make the stuff, they'll have the logos. It looks just like it's from your bank or whatever. A lot of scams going on out there, so be careful. LifeLock is out there to help you and help prevent cybercrime, help prevent someone from stealing your identity. LifeLock is a leader in identity theft protection. They have a very large number of people that can help you if your identity is in fact stolen. U.S.-based people that know how to get you out of that. But right now, for example, your social security number is probably for sale on the dark web. So you got to be careful out there. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor transactions at all businesses. LifeLock can see threats you might miss on your own. And it's more than just monitoring your credit. So it's very inexpensive, by the way. Check out LifeLock. In fact, you can save 25% in your first year right now if you go to LifeLock.com/Tom25. That's LifeLock.com/Tom25. 25% off your first year. Massive increase in cybercrime right now. So now's the time to sleep better because someone's watching all those numbers you've been putting out there in the ether all these years. When we come back, we'll talk to Willie. You got a teaser for me, Christy Lee?
Oh, yeah. We have International Museum Day, so we're going to go to a museum story or two. We have penguins that apparently are pooping out laughing gas.
What?
Oh, that would explain why they were in the lobby at my dentist's 2 years ago.
I got to get me a penguin.
And a liquor store on wheels coming up.
Chick, did you hear that?
A leather store on wheels?
Liquor store on wheels.
Liquor. Either one's fine with me.
Oh, for Chick, it would be like the ice cream man.
Leather and liquor.
Oh, I hear the music. We'll be right back. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Want to share something? Send us an email. BobandTom@BobandTom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7. Thanks so much for joining us today. Do you want to know more about the Bob and Tom Show? For everything Bob and Tom, check out bobandtom.com. All the latest highlights, news, information, plus links to all of our social media sites. We know you kids love your social media sites. And you can access Bob and Tom VIP Plus. You can email us, bobandtom@bobandtom.com. If you want to request something, put it in the subject line, request. I want to hear Tim Wilson. We'll see if we can't get it on for you. bobandtom@bobandtom.com. Send it in. We'll put it in front of Tom. Who knows? Maybe we'll be playing it later this morning right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
I'm Chick McGee from the CrazyCockwine.com Sports Desk, and this is your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Kevin Harvick, the winner, as NASCAR resumed their Cup schedule following a 10-week layoff caused by the pandemic. Harvick took the lead from Alex Bowman on a late restart and pulled away over the final 30 in front of empty stands at the Darlington Raceway in South Carolina. Rory McIlroy delivered the money shot in the tailor-made driving relief exhibition, raised $5 million for virus relief. With the match down to a closest to the pin contest after regulation, McIlroy barely stayed on the shelf left of the pin, measured at 13 feet, to beat Matthew Wolff's attempt by 5 feet. And New York Giants cornerback DeAndre Baker and Seattle corner Quentin Dunbar have been released from Broward County Jail after surrendering Saturday night on felony charges stemming from that cookout at a Miramar home in Florida. Baker posted a $200,000 bond. Dunbar posts a $100,000 bond. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Famous. I think this is Josh is the one that turned me onto this. I had no idea all those years, the great show, The Jetsons. Jane apparently did not know about what was going on with Rosie.
That's right. There are some lost episodes where George has an illicit affair with Rosie. And,
do we have any of the audio from that?
Oh, we do.
Mr. J, the new suck nozzles arrived.
All right, Rosie, just keep that to yourself till Jane leaves, all right?
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hello, you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. This has been Chick McGee speaking.
The following commercial announcement has been paid for by Curly Johnson Industries.
Have you spent a fortune on expensive hair dyes and rinses trying to regain that youthful appearance you once enjoyed, only to find that the hair on your head no longer matches the unattractive gray hair found in your pubic region? Hey, no one wants to go gray down there. And now you don't have to. Introducing Puberts, the first pubic hair color treatment system. Hi, I'm Chick McGee for Puberts. Puberts. You'll think you've died and gone to heaven.
Honey, I'm running late for work. Have you seen my boxer shorts?
Do I have to do everything? Can't you... Hey, wait a minute. My goodness, Tom. Say, have you lost weight? You look great. Listen, I've got some time to kill. Could you help me remove my big brassiere? I really feel like a massage.
Thanks, Pubert.
Later that same day.
Hey, great racquetball game, Tom. Say, you're looking great. Have you been working out? You know, we're looking for a new vice president of operations. Why don't you stop by my office this afternoon and we'll talk about that promotion?
Thanks, Pubert.
Mother Nature had her way. Now your pubes are going gray. No need to go gray down there. Puberts is for pubic hair. Puberts, Puberts.
My youthful look is back.
Puberts, Puberts.
My pubic hair is black.
It's Puberts. And thanks to our crack research team, Puberts is now available for the ladies. Girls, how many intimate moments have been spoiled when that special someone notices the cuffs just don't match the collar? With Puberts' easy-to-use match-your-patch color system, you'll be coordinated from top to bottom. So snatch a bottle off the shelf today.
Puberts, Puberts.
The guys, they all respond.
Puberts.
My pubic hair is blonde.
That's Puberts. Now.
846 Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Thank you very much, Chick McGee. Christy Lee has the forecast.
Q95, Fox 59 weather. Cloudy with rain today, high 70. Rain overnight, 57 will be our low. And then another rainy day on Tuesday with a high around 65. Currently rain and 57 degrees.
Thank you very much. Now, ordinarily, we'd be talking about looking forward to a big week.
Don't do that.
Carb Day.
Race week in Indiana.
Don't talk about woulda, coulda. We're going to be August. All
right. Okay.
It'll be happening in August. We'll get drunk in August.
We're going to do a special virtual Carb Day coming up on Friday.
Oh, really?
It'll be a virtual Miller Lite Carb Day Friday. Details forthcoming on Q95.
What?
So it'll be some of the fun and not all of it.
Okay.
But it'll be coming down the pike, of course. NASCAR opened the door, got a good race in. We'll see what happens, of course. Looking forward to the Indy 500, et cetera, when it comes.
Man, my train sounds good this morning.
Try it again.
No.
Sounds like you swallowed Sounds like you swallowed a kazoo. Let's see, where were we? Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. The 18th of May, 2020, the quarantine semi continues. Ace Cosby's our engineer. Ace, I can't believe it. I promised the Ace Cosby joke of the day, and I forgot to do it. So therefore, let's just
show Willie how it's done.
Let's just see. Yeah, my son Willie's going to join us. Willie, watch this. Ladies and gentlemen, these aren't necessarily jokes. They're observations about contemporary culture and the society that we live in. Go.
Little known facts. Did you know literally every day, someone's injured playing peekaboo? Peekaboo.
Really?
Yeah. You know where you take somebody injured playing peekaboo?
No.
ICU.
Intensive care unit.
Yeah, the ICU.
Peekaboo, ICU.
At one point,
that's a nice line.
We were
Thank you, Willie.
You can use that.
Chopping through the jungle.
I'm taking that. That's mine now.
Okay, yeah, there's my son Willie joining us from Chicago. Let's see now. Let's look around the room here. There's Chick McGee. That's Josh. I'm Tom. And there is Ace, of course. Christy's in the next room at the Navy Federal Credit Union news desk.
Yes,
and we're also joined by Jess Hooker with her. Turn the fan off.
Oh, it's probably cold.
Was somebody getting cold? Oh, no, she could turn it back on. There
we go. That's the spirit.
Look at that.
That's awesome.
The ceiling fan is right above her head on the screen.
We forget how long she's worked here, but she has the, Tom, face down, man. She knows that.
No, whatever you want, Tom. I'll turn it on right now.
I have a question for Willie.
You want to leave your ceiling fans on year round. Then we got Mr. Pat Godwin. And Pat has a new song for us, but first, Willie, what's going on?
Not too much, guys. I have another quiz whenever we're ready. I think Josh said he had a question. I'm just hanging out.
You have a girlfriend currently, right?
Sure, yeah.
If she were, you found out, she told you, she was online selling naked pictures of herself to these guys who would never meet her and nothing like that, and she was just raking in cash and getting gifts sent to her and stuff, would you mind?
So I just heard you guys were just talking about this. I honestly, I would say that's probably her business if she's making money. That said, I am an intensely jealous and spiteful person, and I do think
you can almost taste it, right?
It would tear me apart on the inside. But outwardly, I feel like I'd have to. Of course, she should be able to do whatever she wants to do.
Do what you want to do, honey. Yeah.
I dated a girl who did that, and we actually got an email from Glenn who says it's the dumbest thing I ever said, which he's clearly not.
That isn't the dumbest thing you ever said. Glenn, you don't have time for that.
But I was talking about this girl. And he said, "What happened to that cash cow bonanza? Did you find something better?" Well, the answer is yes, but also it turned out she was mostly a lesbian, and so she left me. But
okay.
Well, she didn't decide that until after spending quite a few
the other question
romps with you. And then
have you ever turned a significant other gay? Because
no, she was. I knew that she was bi when we were dating, but.
Did you ever take advantage of that?
And by the way, when you say you were dating, you were buying. Let's just make that clear.
Did you ever have a three-way?
Not with her, no.
Oh, what is we do something else?
We're just talking.
Okay.
Were you out in the hallway? Hey, you want to get a drink at 9 in the morning? Is that right?
Okay, could we move forward? Now, Pat, I understand that you have a special new song. Does this need an introduction?
I feel terrible. I asked Josh earlier in the show how he got his banjo, and it turns out his dad died and gave it to him. And
don't feel bad.
Well, left it to him, really. He didn't give it to him.
Yeah.
No, his dad died, obviously there was an apartment full of stuff, and he didn't have a will, and Josh just walked in there and grabbed the banjo, figured it was probably worth some money. And
couldn't wait to get rid of it.
I actually have that moment We have isolated that. If you'd like to hear that,
Sure.
so just please listen carefully, and here it comes.
I am legitimately now the owner of a banjo.
Is that right?
Yeah, I need to get it in here and see if.
How did that happen?
My dad died.
Oh. Thanks. And then we have a little more. Here we go. Okay.
There it is.
So now, Pat, you're trying to make it better by singing a song.
Well, I express my joy, my sadness, my forgiveness through music. So I've written a song.
Yes.
I've written a song for Josh. Josh got a banjo when his daddy died. He can't bear to play it. Heaven knows he's tried. Every time he tries to practice, he just breaks down and cries. Josh got a banjo when his daddy died. Right there in the will, it said Banjo Josh. He didn't get the car or the Macintosh. He would have preferred Dad's freezer full of Tombstone pizza pie. But Josh got a banjo when his daddy died.
That's nice.
All is forgiven.
That is very thoughtful. That is very nice. Willie, you are now an official member of the show because we have a windbag, apparently.
Oh.
Okay, let's see. I have not heard this. I've just been informed. Let's give it a listen.
Why you gotta be such a windbag?
Tom, what kind of a snob of a son did you raise in Willie that he can't be bothered with whether or not it's a hybrid? He only cares if it's sativa or indica. How can he come on and talk about weed culture without addressing the lovely addition of hybrids to the world of pot culture? I mean, were you even trying?
Why you gotta be such a windbag?
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
I think I talked to that guy at a party one night.
What does that mean, Willie?
I don't know. Yeah, that guy seems really interesting and fun. Seems like a cool, nice guy.
What does that mean, a hybrid?
A hybrid. So it's like nothing is. It's indica and sativa. They're not these like definite things. It's in the middle. So something can be like 70% sativa, 30% indica.
And what's the difference again? You were telling me, I forgot.
Indica is down, into couch, like you're relaxing, and then
Okay.
sativa is sativa up, like you're having fun.
So this is like having booze in an energy drink. If it's a hybrid, right? Wouldn't that make
Sure,
sense?
yeah, maybe.
A little bit, a little
Or
bit.
like mixed drinks or something.
Maybe an Irish
like
coffee or something. Yeah.
Okay.
A sativa might be a little bit more mellow, and then vice versa, right? I
You
think.
maybe need to balance it out a little bit.
That's why you have to have edibles. That's what you got. That's why you got to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, now, Willie,
Bingo,
we,
chick.
we have time for a quick contest, Willie. What's our contest today?
Okay, so yeah, we've been playing these games, and I've noticed that they're pretty easy for you guys.
Yeah.
So I teased Seth Rogen, Joe Rogan, Hulk Hogan, and those are entertainers, things I know something about. So I changed it up and I added something that I know nothing about. And I think that should make it a little more interesting. So this is Seth Rogen, Hulk Hogan, or Shogun.
Oh, okay.
Okay, all right.
Shogun, the famous
James Clavel.
James Clavel.
that wasn't that one of the biggest miniseries in history?
Yes.
Richard
Chamberlain.
and,
Yeah.
what's her face? Yeah. Remember
Okay.
her?
All right, so here it is: Seth Rogen, Hulk Hogan, or Shogun.
Go.
This comedian wrote Superbad at 13 and is known for his signature stoner chuckle.
Clearly.
Seth Rogen. That's
Seth Rogen. Okay, yep. So that's
Seth Rogen. Yep.
That's straight from the old quiz. Here we go.
Oh.
New part. This should be pretty exciting. We'll see what happens.
All right.
This miniseries from 1980 depicted complex political games of feudal Japan.
Anyone want to take that?
I think it must be Shogun.
It must be
Shogun.
Shogun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Shogun.
Yes. Okay. So things are changing in the quiz. We're all learning together. Final question.
Oh.
Seth Rogen, Hulk Hogan, or Shogun. This all-American yellow-haired wrestler is really named Terry, brother.
Hulk Hogan, of course.
Yeah, I'm finding that Shogun didn't mix things up as much as I thought it was going to. It seems like
Moving the third answer to the second.
Yeah,
question.
that threw us all.
Yeah.
Now, do you identify with Hulk Hogan because of his incredible mustache?
I'm glad that you noticed that. Yeah, it's coming in. And I do think that I'm going to be in a more, I'm sort of in a group of elite mustachioed men. You know,
Actually,
Hulk Hogan, Tom Selleck, me.
Willie's getting a lot of traction on Twitter with John Candy's mustache from Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Del Griffith.
Being compared to Willie's mustache.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's meant as a compliment, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's a compliment.
Okay,
sure.
okay.
Hey, you know what? I got to say it. I like me, you know?
It's okay, Will.
My wife likes me and my customers like me.
What you see is what you get.
That's right. Or my dogs are barking.
Okay, thank you, Willie. We're going to come back. Coming up next hour, we got Reno Collier, comedian, and we got Ron Jeremy in the news. We got Penguins. We got mobile liquor stores and more Tiger news. All up next. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Just got to get a hold of us. Call, fax, mail, or email. Get all the contact information you need at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, fellas. This is Floyd Tucker, the over-the-road trucker. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
All the cool kids have the Bob and Tom app. I'm sure you do as well, but make sure your friends and neighbors have it, maybe your coworkers once you see them again when you're co-working together. The Bob and Tom app is free, available in your iTunes or Google Play Store, and with it you can listen to your local station, tune in to Bob and Tom 24/7, contact us directly via text or email with just one click, even set an alarm that'll wake you up with the show. Imagine that. Josh Arnold, the first voice you hear in the morning. Oh, yeah. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Hey, Joshy.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. The Florida Keys will reopen to tourists June 1st, more than 2 months after the island chain closed to visitors to minimize the spread of the coronavirus. The Monroe County Emergency Management reported Sunday checkpoints that barred visitors from coming into the Keys will be removed next month. Also, hotels and other lodging establishments will be allowed to reopen at 50% occupancy. Asian stock markets have risen after the chief U.S. central banker expressed optimism that the American economy might start to recover this year from the coronavirus pandemic. Benchmarks in Shanghai, Tokyo, Hong Kong, and Australia all advanced. And it was one way to maintain social distancing at church. A Roman Catholic priest in the Detroit area has taken his best shot at keeping the congregation from getting too close during the coronavirus. Photos posted on social media by St. Ambrose Church show the priest using a squirt gun to shoot holy water at parishioners on Easter Sunday. The priest wore a mask, face shield, and rubber gloves as further precautions against spreading the virus. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Why you gotta be such a windbag?
Dear moron.
Oh, I like this already.
You don't reuse a handkerchief like some uncultured swine, blowing your nose into it and handing it to someone else. This is my favorite part. If someone gives you a fresh handkerchief because you are perspiring, let's say, you return it laundered, ironed, and folded into a square.
Wow! Why you gotta be such a windbag?
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You just ruined it.
Today is every Monday a morning college lecture, taking notes on Socrates and other useless crap, from Kierkegaard to Nietzsche and all those stupid douchebags who couldn't find their asses with a flashlight and a map. I've heard it all before. I failed this class last year. I know exactly what this lecture needs. A wet t-shirt contest with the girls from Master Beta, the Kappas and the Thetas, and that redhead in my row. We'll spray them with cold water, they'll jiggle and read Plato. I'll cheer them on as Aristotle Jr. starts to grow. That's when I wake up. Monday mornings suck. Monday mornings really suck. It's another Monday morning, our weekly office meeting. I'm very much hungover and this room is really bright. My dumbass boss starts talking about how to cut expenses. I should have stayed in bed and tapped that girl I met last night. I've heard this crap before. I should raise my hand. I know exactly what this meeting needs. A wet t-shirt contest with the ladies from accounting, plus all the secretaries and that one girl I don't know. Jump on the conference table, we'll spray them with cold water. Their shirts become transparent and their tatas start to show. That's when I wake up. Monday mornings suck. Monday mornings really suck. No matter where your Monday morning finds you, you can turn a frown into a grin. Just grab a great big bucket of cold water, 'cause a wet see-through blouse will help your day begin. It's another...
Well, thank you, Tim. 9:04 Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Christy Lee has the weather forecast.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by the CarX Man. Has rain in the forecast today, tonight, and tomorrow. High today 70, low tonight 57, high tomorrow 65. 57 happens to be our current temperature.
There will be a carb day coming up,
Yes.
but there'll also be a sort of a preview carb day, a virtual Miller Lite carb day coming up this Friday.
Cool.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Let's go around the horn. We'll begin with the visuals on the TV screens over there. Pat Godwin with his new tribute to Josh. Once again, if you're just joining us, Josh at his dad's funeral shouted out, "Dibs on the banjo." That was awkward. Yeah. With the spinning fan over her head from her home, it's Jess Hooker. Hi, Jess. It's hard to not see that. There's
It looks like you pledged a fraternity, or no, a sorority, I guess. You're wearing the beanie. Right? Yeah.
Chick McGee is across the way at the crazycockwine.com sports desk.
That's right.
Josh in the orangeinsoles.com sidekick chair. Christy in the Navy Federal Credit Union news room. And that phone's going to ring in about 15 minutes. It'll be comedian Reno Collier on the track phone hotline. Welcome back to the program, and this is the Bob and Tom Show. This is Tom speaking. Welcome back. Now we had an incident on the show. It started with a letter involving from Adam involving the banjo store in Nashville.
Oh my
They're talking
God.
about banjos, and then Josh mentioned that he had a banjo, which was a surprise. Well, here's the audio.
I am legitimately now the owner of a banjo.
Is that right?
Yeah, I need to get it in here and see if.
How did that happen?
My dad died.
Oh.
Thanks.
I think it comes off as Jess being the most unfeeling during that. She's the one
Sorry.
giggling the loudest.
Only because I knew exactly where he got it, and I was like, oh, here we go.
Oops.
I have a letter, another one.
About what?
About the letter we had earlier. This is from Adam from the banjo store.
Oh, God.
Uh-oh.
become our
Thanks, guys. I had no expectations of any radio mention. I need to clarify a few details, even though the moment is dead as the poor fellow who left his banjo to one of your cast members.
Wow.
He writes well.
We're just cast members. Did you hear that?
Okay, this gets really complicated.
Okay.
My name is Adam, and I own the banjo store based in Ohio.
Okay.
I just arrived in Goodlettsville, Tennessee, to help my friend Dennis at his store, the Mandolin Store.
Who the hell's Jonathan?
Okay.
Jonathan had the heading on the email. I'm not sure who that is. I'm guessing it must be his brother or something.
Jonathan's old email?
Whoever it is, I just hope he's still alive.
Yeah, me too.
If we get one from Adam going, hey, Jonathan's dead, thanks for bringing it up, I'm going to really feel sad.
I think Adam is Jonathan.
You think?
Passed away in a kiln accident.
Jonathan's probably his first name, and Adam's his middle name. He goes by Adam.
He goes by Adam.
At a banjo factory.
Jonathan Adam.
All right. He's a musician, apparently a very good one, and he plays with Joe Mullins and the Radio Rambler. So he's trying to help his buddy. So thank you, Adam. Appreciate it from the Banjo Store.
Okay.
But it's in Ohio.
Right.
I was confused.
Not
Apparently
the one
the
in
Mandolin
Tennessee.
Store is the one in
They say
Tennessee.
where in Ohio?
Yes. Do you not listen, Pat?
I heard Ohio is all I heard.
Lebanon, Ohio.
Lebanon.
Okay,
Yes.
we'll double check that.
You know
Thank
what else
you
is
very much.
in Lebanon? The Golden Lamb Hotel is in Lebanon.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
They have a golden lamb there?
Yeah, that was the famous my mom and dad and my grandfather and grandma, my mom's parents. We all went to Coney Island at the time when it was in Cincinnati and stayed at the Golden Lamb.
Oh, was that a pleasant childhood memory, or are you going to
There
somehow?
might have been some yelling in the parking lot in the middle
Aren't there
of the night.
pictures from that trip?
I don't think there's any need for her to be on the show right now.
Could we go over? We haven't
Yes,
even
there are
visited.
pictures.
Could we visit the news desk? What have you got over there, Christy?
Porn actor Ron Jeremy making news today. He's fighting to save a tree outside his childhood home in
Sure
Queens,
he
New
is.
York.
Someone say hardwood.
Hardwood. Jeremy tweeted that utility Con Edison was going to cut down the tree that his father had planted on the day he was born back in 1953.
No kidding.
Yep. He told the New York Daily News, quote, I looked after that tree all my life. They tried
Which
to chop
means
the
he
tree
peed
down.
on it.
Do what?
Peed on
He
it.
peed on it. Is that what you
I
said?
think he probably did more than pee on
I
it.
doubt if he'd ever touched the thing.
Oh, they tried to chop the tree
Knowing
down
Ron
years
Jeremy
ago,
probably tried to eat it.
but I wouldn't let them. I even belted myself to the tree at that time.
Wow.
According to Con Edison, the tree happens to be on city property, and it's up to the city to decide whether to remove the tree to avoid any damage it may cause to power lines.
When he was here, we had heard that he was thrifty.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
And he took home a bunch of stuff from the green room for sure. He sure
Food.
did. Yeah.
Both
lot of
times,
food.
yeah.
A lot of food.
Oh, okay.
Ron pleaded, let my little tree live. He ain't ready to go yet. Jeremy, by the way, is staying in Hollywood. He said he wanted, because of the coronavirus pandemic, he considered traveling to New York to protest, but doesn't want to fly because he doesn't feel comfortable with that.
Well, if he wants to get that kind of wood in Hollywood, he's going to have to take a blue pill, I'm guessing.
Probably. Yeah, he's probably of that.
Prodigious member. Probably hard to keep that thing up and running, I'm guessing.
Needs all the blood he can get.
It sounds like it's
Blood
a boat
flow.
or something.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep that thing up and running, I tell you that.
There's a new national survey out in China on the sex lives of university students.
China.
It reveals a majority of women at Chinese universities have never masturbated. 1/3 have never experienced an orgasm or don't know what one is.
Wow.
It's odd because those Chinese finger puzzles, you'd think that
Yeah,
would.
they sort of lend themselves
Yeah,
to.
you'd think that'd be kind of a training.
Right.
Perhaps.
They just don't let go, do they? I believe the orgasm part. I don't believe the masturbation part.
You think they're just too shy to say anything?
Yeah.
Well, they're afraid they're going to get,
Their hands chopped off.
the
or
government
something,
step in. And
Yeah.
Yep.
it's China, after all.
You've heard of Meals on Wheels. Now there's booze on wheels.
Here we go.
Los Angeles is getting its first legal mobile liquor store.
How about that?
Starting today, Sarah's Market will begin selling alcohol from its Sarah's Market on the go truck.
Sarah. Sarah.
Owners
Starship for
Stephen
that
and
ass?
Sarah said the truck is a way to bring their products to customers who are not willing to travel to their location in East LA.
I can't believe this is the first one.
Yeah, me neither.
Orders can be placed online, while walk-up customers must use electronic forms of payment like PayPal or Venmo for their
is
orders.
it like the ice cream man? Wait a minute.
Right.
Except it would be here. It would play this. Hey.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
That would be.
I hear the tequila trucks outside. Yeah.
Well, it is East L.A.
Parents begging their children for money.
I'm trying.
Open up your piggy bank. I need $3.
I'm trying to use the phone.
I say we let them go.
I wonder how many states that's legal in.
What? Selling
a liquor, driving around, and
Well, Ohio has some wacky laws.
every state has crazy laws.
Right.
They're all different, and
some have drive-throughs and
some you can get a mixed drink and they'll hand it to you mixed with ice, and you can drive away with it. So
Have you guys had the slushy truck come through your neighborhood?
Is it an adult slushy truck?
Well, no, that's the thing. It's actually a kid slushy truck, but parents are bringing their own liquor to the cul-de-sac, getting a slushy,
I see,
and then making a mixed drink.
How about that?
Yeah, drink it quick though, because that alcohol makes that ice melt. Oh, did I say that out loud?
spoken like someone who's been down that road a few times.
Someone's been down to the cul-de-sac.
Old shaky hands over
It's
there.
been a long few months, okay? Just knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Coming up, we're going to talk with comedian Reno Collier. And I understand he's got a little special treat for us. I'm certainly looking forward to that. We'll find out what's going on in history. We also have tear gas in the news in a very odd way, and a squirt gun in church.
Yeah.
Have you seen this story?
I have.
It's actually smart.
I have a guess as to what it's for.
Yeah, well, you're probably going to guess right. Right now, speaking of having a little something to drink.
That's right, out there in the cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
What would be better than some crazy cock wine?
A little driveway drinking. Who hasn't done that, right?
Oh, it's awesome.
Aren't
Fits
you
in the cooler right there next to the lawn chair. Heck yeah.
upstairs? You're already gone, man. Kayaking on the lake, on a sunny beach somewhere, in the driveway, laying on your back. That's right. Crazy Cock canned wine is here, people. You heard me. It's in a can. Crazy Cock wines offer a dry rosé, a dry white, a dry red blend. And for those of you who like Mr. Bubbles, Crazy Cock makes a sparkling white and sparkling rosé. Perfect for those hot summer days. It's made by the Gibson Wine Company. It's been making quality wine in their California vineyards for 80 years. Originally, they designed it for South Carolina college football fans, Gamecocks, but since it was so crazy good, they decided to make it for everybody. So ask your retailer nicely to find out about Crazy Cock wine. Ask them to carry it. Crazy Cock canned wines, great to be enjoyed anywheres. Convenient and recyclable, fit in any cooler or backpack. You can take them to the park or the beach. Look for Crazy Cock cans at a market near you. And if you can't find it in the store and they haven't stocked it yet, go online to crazycockwine.com and make your order. Then tell your local retailer, again, Chick on the Bob and Tom Show says you have to start stocking Crazy Cock wine. Leave your glass and wine opener at home and get some Crazy Cock wine. That's Crazy Cock wine, crazycockwine.com.
Thank you very much. Crazy Cock wine. When we come back, we're going to hang out with comedian Reno Collier from, did I say Collar?
Yeah.
Reno Collier from the Blue Collier Comedy Tour.
Nope.
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, don't forget, if you missed Bob and Tom today or want to hear it again, we do provide that for you. We have a repeat in the afternoon beginning at 3 p.m. Eastern. We'll replay today's show back to back. It's an afternoon double play for you, hosted by our friend Christopher, right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. More of the show coming up.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union Entertainment News Desk. Keith Urban played a secret concert Thursday night at a drive-in outside Nashville for about 200 medical workers from Vanderbilt Health. He played on a flatbed truck in front of about 125 cars with the help of two band members, one of whom played recorded tracks in absence of a full band. Urban joked it was kind of like glorified karaoke. Urban asked the healthcare workers to send him selfies, which he put on the movie screen behind him. Fred Willard, the comedic actor, died over the weekend at the age of 86. His work kept audiences entertained for more than 50 years on TV and in the movies, starring in films like This is Spinal Tap, Best in Show, and Anchorman. And Phyllis George is being remembered as a former beauty queen who became a pioneer as a female sportscaster and the First Lady of Kentucky. A representative for the family says George died this past Thursday in Lexington. She was 70. She apparently had suffered for a long time with a blood disorder. And that's your entertainment news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
They say I can't give my grandpa a hug, and quite frankly, I don't want to. Hugging grandpa would need a court order and an exhumation. I've been 6 feet away from my grandparents for a while now. I don't need your insistence. Trust me. I've been keeping my distance.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, guy, it's Kid Tarmac. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. Kid Tarmac.
$9:20 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Christy Lee has an update on the forecast.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by the CarX Man. Rain on and off today. Look for a high of 70. Rain tonight, low 57. Rain tomorrow, 65.
Scattered thunder showers. Boom, boom, boom. Don't blame it on the CarX Man.
We still are at 57
Thanks for singing along with me there. That's appreciated.
Well, we like you.
We like it. You do a great job.
Yeah, we just want to support you.
That gorgeous, kinda soulful.
Gossamer tones.
Yeah, Daryl Pontiff on the vocals. Let's see now. Where were we? Coming up, we're going to do kind of there's going to be a real carb day, right? Kind of. But this Friday won't be the real one. We're going to do a virtual one on Q95. So hang out, see what I'm talking about. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Well, the handsome factor in this room just went up.
I appreciate that. I fixed my hair.
Yeah. Thanks for acknowledging that. Reno Collier is joining us, as I said earlier, from the Blue Collier Comedy Tour. Yeah. Sorry about that. Hey, Reno, it's good to see you.
You know, most people, when they say they're sorry, they stop doing what they said they're sorry for. You keep doing it.
Sorry. Let's see. That's Chick. There's Josh. I'm Tom. Through the glass, it's Christy. Ace is over there. Got a big crowd here. She's got a spinning top on her head. It's actually the fan at her house because that's where she is due to social distancing. Jess Hooker's over there. And Pat Godwin, the man, the guitar, right over there. So it's good to see you.
I think Jess has brought the show to a halt. I didn't know if I had no idea about this. Jess, you met Ron Jeremy. Is that right?
I did. I just posted a picture on my social media. When I was an intern in our building in 2002, we hosted a music festival, and I was assigned to take care of talent. And for the most part, he was very polite and kind. But yeah, he did ask before the picture, how old are you? And I told him how old I was. And then he said, do you want to show your breasts for the picture? And I said, no, I'm good. Thanks. So, and that was it.
Okay. Well, that's nice of him to ask, I guess, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's in a referee's shirt, and
I think he was actually the referee for like mud or Jello wrestling of some kind.
Sounds right.
Listeners,
Classy.
It's either that or a show at the Museum of Art.
That or he was
I'm
going
not
to
sure.
auditioning for Jeopardy. Jeopardy for schlongs.
Nice eyebrows in that picture there. By the way.
Well, yeah, Ron Jeremy in the news because Ron Jeremy is trying to prevent someone from taking a tree down that was planted on the day he was born, apparently, which is
nice
and
he's
thought.
so worried about it,
nice.
he's staying in L.A.
Yeah, okay, good. Certainly good to know. And now, you've missed a lot, Reno.
Yes.
We were trying to find the banjo store. I don't know if you heard about any of this, but we had a guy driving from Ohio to Nashville. Turns out he was driving to the mandolin store.
Yeah.
Which
we
is,
had it all wrong.
Yeah. Do you know, because you live in greater Nashville, right?
Yeah.
Are you familiar with Goodlettsville?
I sure am. Yeah, absolutely.
There's a mandolin store there in case you were looking for one.
I wanted to learn how to play the banjo, but I couldn't get the strings on, so now I just play the bongos.
Works for me.
Very good.
How far is Goodlettsville from you, Reno?
Probably 45 minutes.
Oh, well,
not very far.
Now, is there an outlet store there?
Goodletts Outlets?
At Lebanon. You got to go to Lebanon for them.
Here's the actual exchange on the air about Josh owning a banjo. Let's give this a listen.
I am legitimately now the owner of a banjo.
Is that right?
Yeah, I need to get it in here and see if.
How did that happen?
My dad died.
Oh.
Thanks. There you go.
That's great.
Wow. Now, we actually have Adam, who wrote this letter to us, helping out his buddy. We actually have a little bit of him playing, I think.
Oh,
is that right?
do what now?
Yeah, here we go. Oh, sorry, that's not it.
Oh, I was going to say, I know there was a banjo in there.
Sorry, they're both yellow. Here we go.
I'll bring your mom to church with us on Sundays. I'll join the gym and try to stay real lean. But if I could, I'm asking one small favor. I've got to have some bacon in my beans.
Got to have some bacon in my beans. He's the guitar player on that. Thank you, Adam. That's pretty
Very
cool.
nice.
They're good, man.
Yeah, they
So
are.
anyway, he was making a long drive, and he just wrote to say hi, and then I made the mistake of reading the letter, and suddenly we have
There were all sorts
reminded of the sad death of Josh's dad. So,
He's laughing at that.
but that's not the saddest death in Josh's
I'm not
family.
laughing at that, Josh. I'm sorry.
No, I don't. My dad is laughing at it.
There's a sad
okay,
death,
good.
And we're going to find out about it? Is that what you're saying?
Reno, Josh's grandparents
Oh, my Lord.
lived in a fine adult facility.
Yeah, assisted living.
Assisted living.
They loved it. Loved
And his grandfather they actually had the service right there in the rec room.
Well,
the chapel, I guess, was right next to the rec room.
Yes.
I don't know if you ever heard this. We have the audio from this, Reno. Give this a listen. You can hear they're about to start the service for. Is this your mother's father?
My dad's father.
Your dad's father. Okay, here we go. And this is right there in the chapel next to the rec room. As you can see, kind of a somber moment as they wheel in the casket.
Well, thankfully we didn't have to witness the wheeling in of the.
No.
They opened it up and there was a ping pong ball in there, which is a little awkward.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, turn that off. So how are you, Reno? You doing
Different
okay?
kind of beer pong.
I'm doing all right, man. Hanging in there.
Sorry,
Day
Josh.
90, whatever it is, and yeah.
Yeah, I've lost track. I don't even know what day of the week it is.
It's Monday.
Now,
very good, Christy.
You're welcome.
Christy, I wanted to squeeze in a couple stories we promised we'd get to since Reno's here. Do you mind doing the story about the tiger?
The tiger. Hold on, I got to find that one.
It's a good story.
You mean
Pussy King, Pussy
Not
King.
that tiger.
Tiger King.
Pussy King, Pussy King.
3 men captured an escaped tiger in Mexico. In a video clip posted to social media, the guys, one of them wearing a cowboy hat and wielding a lasso, chased the tiger along a sidewalk of a suburban Guadalajara street. A car pulls onto the sidewalk, forcing the big cat to turn around just as one of the men successfully lassos the tiger around its neck.
Wow.
The man is pulled away as the tiger attempts to escape, as you could imagine. According to the local government, the tiger had escaped from a private residence.
I'm watching this video. There's someone in a car, and they're trying to drive, and they're filming these guys literally running by a minivan, chasing a gigantic tiger. And this guy's
tigers don't come small.
And this guy walks up to the tiger with a folding chair.
Oh, sort of
like a lion tamer thing?
Yeah, and then, but it's folded, and then the guy actually lassos the tiger.
Wow.
Is it lassos or lassos?
Lassos.
So it's
not lassos.
It might be lassos.
It's not lassos.
Look, you lasso.
You heard this song, Reno?
Nobody's heard this.
Oh, that tiger.
That's my new ringtone.
What?
Could we get the banjo back? Wow.
It's like Redneck Siegfried and Roy.
Yes.
But these, I assume that this tiger belonged to some drug kingpin
Well,
or
it just said
something?
private residence. I don't know if you want to jump to that conclusion.
Okay. Well, who else owns a tiger?
People,
Gay meth heads.
Can we show you the Tiger King?
You know something? I rest my case, Reno. You're right. Gay meth head. Wow. But, these guys, okay, this is insane.
Yeah.
Unless the tiger was tame, I guess. But how would you know? The thing is huge.
Well, you're not going to let it continue to run along the streets, are you?
No, you're going to call somebody and get the hell away from it.
Who do you call?
Yeah.
I don't know, but you don't go running after it.
Tiger Busters.
Tiger
yeah.
Busters.
I hear that if you catch a tiger by its toe,
Okay. I see.
You got to let him go. Yeah.
right?
I wonder how they found the owner. Was it chipped?
That'd be funny.
Do you chip your tiger? Yeah. But the guy's really good with the
lasso.
It's lasso, but
I think you can lasso something. There is some weird.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get a rodeo clown or somebody.
Okay.
To write it.
Anyway,
Oh, here you go, Buck Owens, everybody.
I've got a tiger by the tail.
I got a tiger by the tail.
Now, Reno,
Yes, sir.
It's my understanding you've been doing some channeling. Is that correct?
I have been, man. People who listen all the time know, I miss Tim Wilson's take on things during this time of the coronavirus, and he was the one guy that had a voice in bad times that just made me die laughing, and I don't know. So they just keep coming to me. I got nothing else to do.
Okay.
So this is
right.
as if Tim's famous Uncle BS as if he's channeled through you.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. What do you got?
We're all good. All right. Uncle BS, where were you August 10th, 2019? Let me think there. New York City, working as a prison guard, watching over some guy named Epstein. He kept yapping about having private jets and private islands, and now he's stuck in some room without the view. I said, hell, buddy, I can fix that. I've got your remote control for your TV. He was in there watching Nickelodeon, so I switched his TV. I switched his TV to The View.
Oh.
2 minutes in, some bitch hung himself. A shoestring and a piece of gum.
I'll do it.
Thank you very much. I remember Tim. Now,
he was the best.
He was. I think that we should probably review a little bit of today in history since we're on that track.
Time
You got to retire, man. You don't have it anymore.
How there?
On this date,
Wake up, Leonard.
in 1897, Bram Stoker's Dracula published.
Yeah.
Ah,
Now, I always thought Bram was just some weird name.
my nephew just named his new puppy Bram.
It's
I'm not
what?
kidding. Yes.
It's short for Abraham.
Really? Well, they went after the Bram Stoker thing.
Stoker.
I know.
Abraham's. I think
You giggled when I
Stroker 8.
You giggled when I said Stroker. You wouldn't have if I'd said Stoker.
Kenny Rogers.
I think the Abraham Stroker is a move in one of Bob's songs. Let's see now.
Abraham, huh? I did not know that.
I didn't either. Interesting.
Let's go. How about some birthdays?
Okay.
Pope John Paul II.
Yes.
Wait a minute. Mount St. Helens erupted.
Yep.
On this date.
40 years ago, was it?
Something like that.
Oh, yeah, there you go. 1980.
Yeah.
That sounds like Catholic porn.
Mount St. Helens. St. Helen was hot.
Man.
Yeah.
She'd explode.
Sorry, Christy.
That's all right.
I saw somewhere that
Jess is Catholic, too. It's okay.
Of a couple hundred people that died.
Where was that, like Venezuela or something?
All of them.
What?
Venezuela? No.
Mount St. Helens?
Yeah, wasn't that?
No.
No, it was Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
Off the shores of Puerto Rico.
What the hell's wrong with you people?
I guess there was a perimeter that people were supposed to exit, and
Yeah, and some chose not to.
yes, and of them, many of them didn't make it.
Right.
Oh boy.
Wasn't there some guy named Harry Truman?
Yeah, remember he and his dog?
They
didn't
interviewed
come
him. And he
out?
goes, "I'm not leaving."
I remember you. I'm sure.
Felt bad about the dog.
The guy, they showed his videotape that he saved, and he thought he was dead. And he was on the videotape going, "Oh, apparently I've died, and this is what it looks like if I'm still recording." And
what?
Yeah.
Wow.
Tired darkness, and they just see a light in the distance. It was crazy.
I think you lost something in the translation from the original.
Yeah, probably did. Probably did.
So I'm sorry. So back
I
to
can't tell a story.
Pope stuff. In 1920, Pope John Paul II was born. Mm-hmm. When he was born, the hospital actually had that. They switched to the white smoke coming out of the chimney.
Oh, did they?
All right, yeah, sure.
Very.
What happened to Pope?
Where?
That was the Pope John Paul replacement theory, right? He replaced number one.
What? What was his real name? Does it say there? It's some
Abraham Stoker.
No.
Interestingly enough, it was Saul
mind.
Goldberg.
Get it. I apologize for asking. Go on.
Let's see. Other birthday
I should
today.
know
We
better.
have Reggie Jackson.
Oh.
Mr. October.
44.
This year it might be Mr. December, the way.
Killed the Queen when he played for the Angels.
Number 44.
Must kill.
Was my great craps line.
Kill the Queen.
Is there a Mrs. October?
I would,
well,
I would
sure.
assume. I don't know.
Playboy, yeah.
I'm guessing there were many, many
Yeah.
Mrs. Octobers.
Okay. I don't even know who this is. 1955. Chow Yun Fat.
Oh, sure, yeah. He,
He's in, isn't he? I think he's in the.
Sounds like
he
some
played. Didn't
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Yeah, he's an Asian actor, martial artist.
I mean, it does
Not
sound like
familiar with his work.
something you make with Chinese food with a lot of butter.
Yeah. I'll have the
Chow Yun Fat.
Can I get the Chow Yun Fat free?
It's gluten free.
That's what they called Kim Jong Un when he was a kid.
Yeah.
Chow down fat.
Yeah.
Reno liked that one. Look at
He's proud of himself.
it. Sure did.
Born in 1973, the great race car driver, incredibly handsome man and really a nice guy, Dario Franchitti.
Oh, wow.
Friend of the show.
Sexy name, too, isn't it, Chris?
Oh, yeah.
God, yeah.
Very.
Nice guy, great sideburns.
You ever French kiss him, Christy?
No.
I didn't know.
God, no.
You would, though.
There are a
I
number of
would,
race
but I
wars
never had the
have,
opportunity.
Let's call
Why
him.
hasn't
Judd would
Nintendo?
kill you.
Why hasn't Nintendo come out with Dario Kart?
Oh,
I don't know.
That is good.
Because of the Mario Kart thing, probably?
Well, that's what
Mario
that's what
Kart
Tom-
was here first.
That's the whole idea.
Well, I know, but they're not going to
still
let him
can't
use
do it.
Dario Kart.
It's his name.
Mario versus Dario?
That'd be good.
Gotta get Mario Andretti and Dario Franchitti racing each
Mario and
other.
Dario and Mario.
Yeah.
Does Mario get a piece of Mario Kart? I bet he does.
Did you? So I'm trying to figure that this guy. So this guy's name was Harry Truman that got smoked by the volcano.
Yeah.
No, it's true. They interviewed the guy. Goes, "I'm not leaving."
Go, man, go.
I felt bad for the dog, but have you seen this picture of him? He's at a desk. He's got a little sign there. It says, "The lava stops here."
Yeah, exactly.
Wrong.
Did you ever see that newspaper headline, Volcano Defeats Truman?
They were right.
Yeah, they sure were.
Dewey my ass. Okay. Hey, Reno, thank you.
Yeah, man. Love you guys. It was good to see you.
You're looking good.
Yeah, good seeing you.
Okay.
Yeah, guys.
Now,
Don't laugh at that Kim Jong-un.
Yeah, he's gonna be laughing 10 minutes from now.
For a week.
can you go take a picture of yourself in front of the mandolin store?
In Goodlettsville?
Yeah.
It's just far enough away to be a pain in the ass.
It's about 2 hours for you.
Good job, Tom.
What else does he have to do?
Another county heard from.
Wow.
I'll send it to you.
It's a tough crowd.
Yeah, it is.
Right now, I want to talk to Chick about automobiles.
Oh, they're not cars, Tom. They're computers on wheels. You know that. Electronically controlled transmissions, touchscreen displays, dozens and dozens of sensors. But you can't fix any of these yourself. Don't even act like you can turn a wrench with these things. When something breaks, it could cost a fortune. Now is not the time for expensive repairs with everything going on. That's why we, especially now, recommend Car Shield. Affordable protection plans that could save you thousands for a covered repair, including computers, GPS, electronics, and so much more. Options the others won't. With Car Shield, you get to choose your favorite mechanic or dealership to do the work, and Car Shield takes care of the rest. They also offer complimentary 24/7 roadside assistance and a rental car while yours is being fixed. Car Shield helped over 1 million customers drive with confidence knowing you have coverage from America's #1 auto protection provider. For as low as $99 a month, you can protect yourself from surprises and save thousands for a covered repair. 1-800-CAR-6000. Mention the code TOM or visit carshield.com and use the code TOM to show us some love and get 10% off. That's carshield.com. Use the code TOM. A deductible may apply.
Thank you very much, Car Shield. I'm trying to figure out how to pronounce lasso here. Is it lasso or? These guys are chasing a tiger. I guess
Can
if
you imagine if I was doing this?
I mean, I suppose if you work for some kind of a drug lord, you're not afraid of chasing a tiger.
Yeah, I guess not.
Yeah, that or you're going to be hanged by. You lasso the tiger, then what?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Well, you saw it drags him down the street. I don't know what.
Apparently not didn't get leashed properly trained. When we come back, we have penguins and nitrous oxide.
I've always wanted a penguin.
And you don't want one. Apparently they poop a lot. When we come back, this is the Bob and Tom Show.
You can find us on Twitter at Bob and Tom, or you can email us at bobandtom@bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Bob and Tom 24/7. Not on air, online, all the time.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, don't forget, if you go shopping at bobandtomstore.com, anything you buy, every single dollar goes to Feeding America. So if you're a Bob and Tom fan, have been waiting to get some merchandise, now would be the perfect time. Every hat, every sweatshirt, every T-shirt purchased, the full amount, 100%, goes directly to Feeding America. Pretty cool. Buy now and buy often. Stock up for your friends and family at bobandtomstore.com and do something great for Americans who need your help right now at Feeding America. bobandtomstore.com. Go there today.
I'm Chick McGee from the CrazyCockwine.com Sports Desk, and this is your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Kevin Harvick, the winner, as NASCAR resumed their Cup schedule following a 10-week layoff caused by the pandemic. Harvick took the lead from Alex Bowman on a late restart and pulled away over the final 30. in front of empty stands at the Darlington Raceway in South Carolina. Rory McIlroy delivered the money shot in the tailor-made driving relief exhibition, raised $5 million for virus relief. With the match down to a closest to the pin contest after regulation, McIlroy barely stayed on the shelf left of the pin, measured at 13 feet, to beat Matthew Wolff's attempt by 5 feet. And New York Giants cornerback DeAndre Baker and Seattle corner Quentin Dunbar have been released from Broward County Jail after surrendering Saturday night on felony charges stemming from that cookout at a Miramar home in Florida. Baker posted a $200,000 bond. Dunbar posts a $100,000 bond. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Famous. I think this is Josh is the one that turned me onto this. I had no idea all those years, the great show, The Jetsons. Jane, apparently, did not know about what was going on with Rosie.
That's right. There are some lost episodes where George has an illicit affair with Rosie. And,
do we have any of the audio from that?
Oh, we do.
Mr. J, the new suck nozzles arrived.
All right, Rosie, just keep that to yourself till Jane leaves, all right?
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
All day, all night, all Bob and Tom. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Comedian Todd Glass is here with us. Now, are you a married guy or single guy?
I am single. I am single right now. But every time somebody asks me what I look for in a girl, I think it sounds corny what I say, but I do want a girl with a good sense of humor. I think that's important.
Sure.
And most of the girls I go out with are more, I guess you would say, cute. I mean, don't get me wrong. I want a girl with a good sense of humor, but I'd also like her to be good looking too. I don't want like a 500-pound ape sitting around the house going, "Oh, you crack me up." Do the thing when you put the hand under your arm and make the fart sound. I love that. Oh, bring me in another wheelbarrow full of Twinkies. Oh. You know what I think it is? And I'm not saying all women because I don't want to generalize, but I think in a relationship, women look down the road, which is positive, but some women look too far down the road. I mean, they can't just take that moment for what it is. Like, I'm at a bar, and I asked this girl to dance. You know, she's like, "Oh, dance? Oh, sure, I'd like to dance. And we're done dancing. Maybe you go over there. You'll buy me a drink. I'll buy you a drink. A week later, we'll start calling each other. We'll get our machines. Then you'll get me. Then I'll get you. Then we go out on a date, and our friends say we're perfect for each other. So we have our first kiss. Then we decide we're going to get engaged. We get engaged. We have a beautiful wedding. After the wedding, we get back from our wedding. We set up an apartment together. Then we have a beautiful apartment. You get a promotion. I get a promotion. And we buy a big house. We have a house, white picket fence, dogs, 2 kids. Everything's going good. Then you're coming home from late at work. I go, "Why are you coming home late at work?" You go, "I'm in love with my secretary." "Oh, you're in love with secretary. And you want me to tell the kids we're going to get divorced and they don't have a father anymore? Dance? I don't think so, you sick freak." I feel guilty. I didn't even do anything.
Wow.
Dating life is tough out
I feel
there.
like Phil Donahue. And let's understand one thing here. They pay their taxes. They're part of the community, and let the kids do what they want here. And who are we to tip? We have a great show tomorrow. We have gay, homophobic, lesbian, nymphomaniac, hemophiliac, narcoleptic, transvestite, heterosexual strippers that are crack addicted that say they have the right to teach your children in Catholic school. And we'll be back. Now they're running out of topic. He's 30 and she's 31, and we'll talk about it. They say that he pet their cat in more than a friendly way, and Dr. Murray Needleman will tell us the danger to the cat here.
Todd Glass is our guest.
Oh, my.
Uh-oh, caught a peanut. 9:45, excuse me, Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Thank you very much. Update on the forecast, please, Christy.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. Cloudy with some rain today and a high of 70. I apologize.
Don't.
Rain tonight down to 57. Cloudy with
He's
rain
wrong.
tomorrow, high 65.
It's a lot of rain.
Cloudy and 57.
Okay, thanks very much. The sun will eventually come back.
Tomorrow.
And we'll have a
Probably
real carb
Wednesday.
day of sorts coming up down the pike, but we're going to do a virtual carb day coming up on Friday. And Thursday, we'll be announcing Friday's version of Free Gas Friday. So there'll be an early announcement. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Thanks very much for joining us. Let's go around the horn here. Ace Cosby's over there, our engineer. This is Tom speaking. Chick McGee's at the crazycockwine.com sports desk. We have Mr. Pat Godwin on the TV screen over there. And then from her home, we have Jess Hooker. Hey, Jess. With the, if you're watching
With
on
her
YouTube,
beanie hat.
With her beanie hat.
hat spinning.
Her beanie headphones.
Ceiling fan.
Oh, yeah.
The OrangeInsoles.com sidekick chair is occupied by the birthday boy, Josh Arnold.
Oh, come on. It's over. We're not doing this again this year.
That's right. My birthday.
It's a birthday month. Come on.
Start selling art.
Christy Lee is next door in the Navy Federal Credit Union news room.
But we're kind of always on vacation when Christie's has her birthday.
Tom, we have some win bags here.
That's okay.
We don't have time
I
to
like
go through them, but I wanted to, my favorite lines from them. May I share?
Yes,
them?
go ahead, please.
Dear tone-deaf plebeians.
Oh, boy.
Well, I like it so far.
Yeah. And then another, with your college education, you should know better. Another line, I cannot let Tom's misinformation stand. And finally, please only share educated statements in the future.
What's it about?
What's it about?
Oh, these are just a handful of windbags.
Is this about lasso versus lasso?
He's windbagging, and he's not saying what he's windbagging
No,
is about?
these are many windbags.
Okay.
Some are about ceiling fans, others are about
ceiling fans.
Yeah.
Which way they're supposed to go?
Yeah.
Right, and this gentleman is an expert from a fan company.
Okay.
What does he say?
He says in the summer, you want to feel the air velocity or wind chill effect. So when you're not in the room, there's no reason to run the fan. In the winter, you do run the fan 24/7 clockwise to keep the heat from escaping. Or
He's
In the winter, clockwise.
Yeah.
He's going to get COVID-19 from the air not moving. It's a shame.
Oh, God.
That is a shame.
That's why we have to turn on the fan here. We have to turn it on.
The favorite here.
Jesus, Tom.
My wig.
Got to keep the air moving around here.
My leg.
Okay.
Look at the dust.
Someone needs to explain lasso versus lasso.
Yeah, I would
These-
like to hear
These
that,
guys
too.
are chasing a tiger, and they take the rope and
It's
heave it on the
never
tiger.
an easy way to remember it is lasso is not a word.
So do you take? But the lasso is the rope,
Right.
Yes.
and then
You're lassoed.
You lasso. Okay.
But I have heard lasso.
Well, you've heard wrong.
So, but my question: so after you've lassoed a tiger, what
Yes.
do you do? Run up to it and put it on its back and tie its legs together, and then throw
Like
your
a
arms up
calf?
and go see the clown?
Yes, and then you go see the clown. That's right.
I have no idea. Christy, let's squeeze in that one more story, will you?
Oh, yeah, we have to get to this. The priest in Michigan, which has gone viral for blessing congregants with holy water using a squirt gun.
Boy, congregant sounds filthy.
That does.
Really?
No,
You think?
no,
Oh.
it does. Only a weird.
No, not at all.
Photos shared by St. Ambrose Parish on Facebook show Father Tim Pelk wearing his vestments, a face mask, and face shield while squirting churchgoers in
Pelk
their
sounds
cars
filthy.
for Holy Saturday last month, right before Easter.
I pelked her.
Let's try to get to the actual essence of the story, which I think is interesting. The guy's using a squirt gun with holy water. That's actually a smart idea because he's able to distance.
They did this in Tales from the Crypt presents Bordello of Blood.
Oh.
When they were fighting vampires.
Who didn't see that?
Yeah, with the holy water, that's how you get them with
I
the...
saw it in the theater.
So did they use the holy soaker? Did they have one of those high-end...
It was
Yeah,
a super soaker.
He did not
Was
use
it
a
really?
super soaker
In the
in this
movie.
particular incident.
Okay.
Dennis Miller.
But I mean, it
Instance.
does make sense.
Yeah.
It does.
Can't
No
tell
word on
us.
what the Vatican said.
Well-
Apparently, he says that sort of concerned me, but I haven't heard from them
Well, it's
yet.
in the Bible, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spritz.
Oh, is
That's
it?
right. Yeah, Spritz. Do you think they could do this with communion? They put the wine in
They'd have to use like a paintball gun.
Oh.
Well,
It might,
Oh, you shoot
I
the
could see
host
it. I
at
could
you?
see it choking somebody.
I'm talking about the blood of you just
The
you
wine
squirt it
part.
into the.
Oh no! I always thought you meant like the host and
Yeah, what could they use for that? Those little disc guns.
Yeah.
the communion cannon. It's like a T-shirt cannon, but much more
sacrilegious.
Could we move on here?
Time now for things we learned on the Bob and Tom Show, brought to you by Granger. Products keep your facility running for 90 years. That's what Granger does best.
Well, how do they know it'll keep my facility running for 90 years?
Whatever you need, whenever you
Oh,
need
you mean
it.
Granger's been around for 90 years?
Granger.
We'll try to get it straight.
For the ones who get it done.
We had a chance to celebrate Gardner Minshew's birthday and Josh's. Gardner turning 24, Josh turning 42. It's amazing. What a coincidence.
Same days.
Josh slept for 11 hours on Saturday to celebrate his birthday.
That's
awesome.
for him. That's so exciting.
Wet the bed.
Slept like a baby. Cracked your pants. Yep.
Let's see now. Eagles are thriving near Chick's old stomping grounds of London, Ohio.
Evidently.
The most important thing we learned was that Josh owns a banjo, and let's hear exactly how we found out about that.
I am legitimately now the owner of a banjo.
Is that right?
Yeah, I need to get it in here and see if.
How did that happen?
My dad died.
Oh.
Thanks.
You can tell Jess is really torn up about it.
So the banjo store is in Ohio, and the mandolin store is near Nashville. Is that
Right.
Gotcha.
Okay, good. Thanks very much for the letter.
And how are the Eagles doing at your place?
Good.
Are they?
Great.
Did you see them over the weekend?
I did not. I didn't get any
I
pictures.
didn't see
get
them
an
over the
update.
weekend.
Oh, you didn't?
I saw the nest, but I didn't see the birds. They're up there somewhere.
Maybe they flew off.
Now,
somebody shot him.
Once again, Josh has a banjo.
Yeah.
And a chick not a fan of banjo music.
I don't know. I like that one that we played with the guy.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Oh, Sean Morey.
There
Sean
you go.
Morey.
No,
It's a
not
Porn
Sean
World.
Morey. You know that. We don't speak.
The one about bacon in my beans.
Yes,
Okay.
I like some bacon in my bacon.
And we learned about Tiger King, and of course
Larry King,
and then
Eagle King,
and of course
Pussy King, Pussy King.
thank you very
And
much.
Of course,
Pussy King, Pussy,
yes.
Pussy King. Pussy King, Pussy King. Yeah, baby. Pussy King, Pussy King.
It's for smaller cats. It'll be a slightly less interesting show. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Everything about the show is at bobandtom.com. Check it out now. State law.